Hello everybody, my name is CulBlu and I'm bringing out this video of me playing a board game, and today I'm going to be doing a playthrough of Votes for Women. Join the American women's suffrage movement, 1848 through 1920. Woo! Alright, much excitement. So I've been trying to get this game to the table for a little bit, so I finally was like, you know what, I'm doing it, I'm sitting down, I'm playing the game, dag nabbit. So let's go ahead and jump into this one. So let me get our background music going because you know I love my background music. Let's use this playlist. Yeah, that's fine. Sure. Got people in the background having fun. Okay, all right, so let's go ahead and zoom out our camera to our view and let's get everything set. I gotta reset everything because I needed to get the shot here for our box. But let's open this up. We gotta get our map on the board, and we're gonna go ahead and go through the setup because we got a little bit of shuffling to do. So we got that set. I got my green screen set up over here, or blue screen set up over here. So that way I can have cards so you can read them, because it's going to be a little bit hard to read stuff from this view. So I know some people want to follow along and read the cards and learn for themselves. So don't worry, I got you, fam. All right, these are my 12 buttons. I'm just going to put them here. Like so you can count how many buttons I have. These are my cards. I need to sort these and shuffle. So these are my early cards. These are my middle cards for the, I'm playing the suffragist, of course. So this is start, middle, and then these are my late cards. So those are all set, and because I'm playing solo, I'm playing as Applebot. So Applebot has Applebot's own deck. So we got the early cards, we got the middle cards, and we got the late cards, and then Applebot has 3 starting cards. We'll put these to the side for a second while we get everything else situated. So we need to shuffle and set up some deck stuff. We'll get to that in a second. Next up, we have our states. We're going to have 12 state cards, and we're going to remove 3 and put 9 in play. That way, Applebot or myself, we can collect these and do some cool stuff. Let's see. So we got New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Virginia, Georgia, Utah, Texas, New York, Ohio, and California. The other 3 are out of play, so put them away. And I'll explain as I go. I'll do a rolling teach on this game, mostly because it's not super complicated, but let's try to get this in order. So we got New York, New Jersey, in Northeast. We got Atlantic and Appalachia, Virginia and Pennsylvania. Then we have Midwest, Ohio. Then we have South. We have Georgia and Texas, and then no plains, and then over into the West, California, Utah. So there's text on these cards. We'll look at them more when they become more relevant, but just know that these cards are here. And we need the pillars for the Congress. It's going to be 6 of these. This is the first half of the game, if you will. I need to get 6 of those in there so I can send the law for the 19th Amendment to the states. And then I need to go into an all-out battle against the opposition, the patriarchy, if you will. That's the opposition. I need to go in a battle against them to try to get 37. No, I need 36. I need 36? No, 37. I need 37 states to vote for it, positive, and they need 13 to vote no. If they get 13 to vote no, then they win, as in the patriarchy wins, which nobody wants that. But if we get 19, geez, I'm getting my numbers mixed up, 37 to vote yes, then we, the suffragists, win. Expanding voting rights should be a goal, I'm saying. Okay, and we also have our strategy cards. The strategy cards I'm gonna keep somewhere off to the side because they're only relevant when they need to show up. I guess I can keep them here in the middle, but it's gonna be getting in the way. So there should be 12 of these, if I'm not mistaken. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, 12 of these. All these are gonna be in play. We'll shuffle these and put them to the side, put them right here for a second. All right. So that's kind of the board state. I also have all of my bits and stuff. I got some extra dice. The game comes with these dice. Sorry, I'm trying to point to the dice it comes with. It comes with these dice, so essentially not the fancy ones that I have here. I included some extra dice so I can kind of speed up with some of the dice rolls that need to happen, but the game comes with a bunch of dice for you to get through your rolls and stuff. So I appreciate that they came with a bunch of dice. I still added some more of my own to help with, multiple opposition rolls and positive rolls. Also, if you want to know where that trade came from, that came from CulBlu. I'm not sponsored by CulBlu at all. I just do it for the love of the game because I like using the stuff, and it's really cool. That's the, I don't know what the name of it, but it's CulBlu. If you really want to know, let me know in the comments, and I will look it up for you and put a link that you can get to CulBlu's page. That's Cube and the number 4 and then me. Okay, continuing on, we need to set up our decks. So for the suffragists, for the players, you will have a deck. There's 3 different types of cards. There's early, middle, and late cards. 4 different types actually. Early, middle, late, and then your start card. My start card I have off to the side. My late side, I'm gonna give that a shuffle to the best of my ability. I'm gonna do a sort shuffle here. And then I'm going to put this on the bottom. Then middle, I'm gonna do the same thing. Give that a good shuffle to the best of my ability. And I'll give that a sort shuffle too. I don't know, is that called a sort shuffle? I don't think that's called a sort shuffle. I think I'm using the wrong name. And then that goes there. And then early is gonna go on top. Because of course it is. Because we are early. We are farmers. Bump, 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 bump. So give that a shuffle and then sort like so. And get a little bit more of a shuffle. Make sure we got randomization here. Oh, missed a card. Is this early? It is. Okay. I didn't see what the text was. I don't know this game enough to know just by visual what the card does. And then we got my start card. My start card I'm gonna start with in my hand. My deck I'm gonna put over here to the side. It's gonna be just barely visible so people know I'm drawing from the deck. And that's really it for the suffragists. Now, as far as the opposition bot, because I'm playing solo, and if you're playing cooperatively as well, you need to do this too for the opposition bot. But for the opposition bot, what I need to do is I need to shuffle their decks just like I did for mine, but I need to remove 2 cards randomly from each of their eras. Because Applebot has some special things that they do and they got going on, but this also keeps the game from being exactly the same every single time when you're playing solo. So let me shuffle the late, remove 2 randomly, and then put that like so. And then I'll shuffle the middle. I should do a sort shuffle for this one because Applebot be cheating. I'm telling you. It's like I do a thing and then Applebot immediately undoes it. And it's like, how does he know? How does he know? At least that's what it felt like. And I guess that's just the hallmark of a reasonably designed bot, I guess. So there's middle, and then here's early. And then Applebot has 3 starting cards that we have off to the side. Those are going to be in play as well. It's always the same 3 starting cards, so nothing's fancy there. And then remove 2. And so we have 6 cards removed randomly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 from Applebot. And we throw these away in the trash, in the garbage. I'm joking, don't throw them in the garbage. So we throw those off to the side because we don't need them. And then Applebot's going to have their 3 start cards here. Now, that should be it for as far as setting up the decks, seeding the decks and get everything all set for where it should be. What's next for us is we need to, well, actually, that's pretty much it. Now we need to put our markers down. We need to put a marker down here for that. And we can now start the game. Isn't it easy? Isn't it fun? There's no cubes that need to go on the board initially. There's no initial spots, initial placements. We will, I do want to call out that I will have 4 campaigners. So I'll put those over here so I remind myself. There are more than 4 campaigners in the box. That's mostly because if you lose a component, they want you to have the replacements. But I'll put my campaigners over here. And these can be placed on the board at some point in the game to allow me to start, to start spitting out people who advocate for my side. And then my opponent, the opposition, will have their 2 campaigners as well. They give you slightly different meeples, but I'll put them over there just to remind me that they're there. So I'm just putting the campaigners there. This is not where they are supposed to live. It's just where I'm putting them for the purposes of make it a little bit easier for myself. Okay. So the final thing is that this does not come with the game, but I have counters here for when we do finally get into the race to win votes. Like I said, I need to get 37. Let me double check. I need 37 to win, and the opposition needs 13 to lose. So I need I need to get 37 check marks to win, and the opposition needs to get 13 X's to win. No, okay, I need 36. Okay, cool, got it. I need 36 check marks to win, and the opposition needs 13 X's to win. So we'll keep those all to the side because they're not relevant yet. I need to get Congress to send it back to the states first, and then once they do, once they actually get it out to the states, then we can see if the states will ratify it. Okay. Again, this has all been the setup, and we got everything ready to go. Let me get our strategy cards. I think I'll let them live here because the Applebot is going to have these cards. I don't need to have these on the screen the whole time. I just need to remember that they exist. And actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a cube on these spots to remind me, because when I played previously, I forgot to play the War in Europe card, and I don't want to do that again. So I'm just put a cube here to remind myself that when I get to round 3, I need to play that card for the Applebot. So we'll just put a cube there. That's just my reminder, and we can keep these off to the side then over here. And that means Applebot's cards are going to be here. I'll put their discard. We never cycle through our discard, so I'll put the discard for Applebot off screen, and then for the strategy cards, I can keep those on screen. So they'll go here. The strategy cards are really strong cards that do some really crazy stuff. There's going to be 3 of them, and we're going to be jockeying to try to take those. All right, so we are finally ready to get our start going. So let's get going to get women's suffrage passed. So this game is a game that takes place over the course of many rounds. Oh man, this is a war game. I forgot. Blah. It's a game designed in the war game spirit, because I think Fort Circle does a lot of games they're like war game. I don't want to say like weird war game, but just like war game, but they don't follow all the rules of war games like chits and bits. But they do follow some of the nomenclature, which is a turn. A turn is what us normal people call a round. So we're playing 6 turns, which is actually 6 rounds. And then each turn, we're playing multiple rounds. More specifically, we're playing 6 rounds every turn. Again, why do war games do it? I don't know. I think there's some historical like respect for something or another. It's really annoying, but we're going to be playing through 6 turns, and in each turn we'll have 6 rounds where we're going to be playing 6 cards, and the opposition bot's going to be playing 6 cards. So each round, each turn, we're going to be playing multiple rounds. In each round, we're going to be playing 1 card from our hand, and then opposition bot's playing a card, and then we move to the next round. And then we do that until we play 6 cards each, and then afterwards we move, we check some stuff, and then we move over to the next turn. Again, it's really frustrating, I know. But the main thing you need to know is that I start with my early cards, and then eventually I get to my middle cards, and then eventually I get to my late cards. Early cards are, pretty interesting, pretty cool, but they're not as powerful as the late game cards for sure. And my goal, my victory condition here for the suffragists, is I want to get the 19th Amendment passed. Is it 19th Amendment? It's 19th Amendment, isn't it? Let me double check. I always get the 19th and 14th mixed up for some reason. 19th Amendment. So we're trying to get the 19th Amendment passed. So in order for me to get that passed, I have 2 conditions. Condition 1 is I need Congress to send the vote for the 19th Amendment to the states. And I do that by getting 6 pillars. Once I get my 6th pillar, then we begin the second half of the game. So the first half of the game is for me to get 6 pillars down here in Congress. Once I do that, then these go away forever. We don't ever need to look at them ever again. That part of the game is done. And then we start trying to fight for the states. Now, fighting for the states, the way this is going to work is that we are going to be placing cubes on the board. You'll see a lot of cubes get placed throughout the course of the game, but you'll see cubes being placed on the board. And the cubes have a specific rule, which is there's only one side that can be represented on the board. So if I have a cube, let's make it true. If I have a purple cube in New Mexico and my opposition player wants to put a red cube in New Mexico, these 2 cubes will cancel each other out. Therefore, there's no cubes placed. Subsequently, if I have 2 purple cubes there and then the opposition player puts 1 cube there, that cancels out one of my cubes. So therefore, I have 1 cube in New Mexico. This is also another thing to explain is that for the suffragists, there are 2 different sides for the suffragists. They're both fighting for the same thing, but they have different ideals and perspectives. Think of it, if you want to think of it in American politics, think of it as the Democrats and the Independents are working together to do a thing, or the Independents and the Republicans are working together to do a thing. This is representing two different coalitions within the women's suffrage movement. I can't give you the exact details of it. There's a lot of interviews that Tori has done. Tori is the designer of the game, that she has done, where she talks about the extensive history of it, and she recommends books and stuff. And I think Beyond Solitaire has a few interviews with Tori where they talk about more of the history, some book recommendations and stuff like that. It's really cool, really fascinating stuff. I haven't fully absorbed all of it. I just know that it exists out there. So go check that if you want to figure out the story behind the two. And there's also a lot of primary source documents that are inside of the box that talk about more of the different sides and how they feel about things, like how one side feels about integration, or at least suffrage for black men before women got the right to vote, and all this other kind of stuff. You know, white supremacy is still a thing in today's society, and it definitely was a thing in that time period. But it caused some divisions, it caused some frictions. But for the purpose of this game, just know that purple and yellow are on the same team. They just think that they should go about it different ways. And that's extremely important because there are cards that can be played from the Applebot and from the suffragists that will impact one of these colors. Just to be more specific, there's a specific card in here for Applebot that says at the 15th amendment, you might see it early game, if the 15th amendment is in play, then all the purple cubes will be removed from their areas. And it's really frustrating when that card shows up because I'm like, oh man, how did it know that I was trying to do this with the purple strategy? But that's representing when the 15th Amendment was passed, the purple side, which I think is represented by Susan B. Anthony, don't quote me on that, was very disappointed and very upset and frustrated that the 15th Amendment, which gave suffrage for black men, I think they were trying to say they gave suffrage based on race before they did it for gender or something. Don't quote me on exactly what the schism was. I'll try to read the cards throughout the course of the game so we can get more context for the things. But that led to the purple faction saying, hey, we're packing up our bags and going home because they were disillusioned for a little bit. Don't worry, they bounced back and came back and fought the good fight to get women's suffrage across the entire nation. But the proclivities of white supremacy for them made them, or for some of them, made them leave, and the proclivities for not everybody getting the right to vote, it's if only some of us have rights and none of us have rights type approach, they decided to leave. So, I went on an entirely long tangent to say that this is two people for suffrage. That's what I'm trying to say. So if a red cube is placed here, then it's going to cancel one of these two. I have to decide which one. So I say, okay, this yellow is going to go. And then subsequently, if I'm adding another cube here, like so, this is fine. This is perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with this. Again, if a red cube is added here, I got to cancel one of these two. Let's say I want to cancel the purple, and then I keep going, move on with life, and everything's fine. So that's an important distinction. If you do play this game with multiple people, because this game can play from anywhere from 1 to 4 people. I don't know if it can play 5, but 1 to 4 people. If you do play 2 players on the suffragist side, then one person will control the purple, one person will control the yellow. The rulebook talks about it. I'm not going to go over details of it because I'm talking about the solo side. But I just want to throw all the information out there. Okay, moving on into the game because we're ready to start. So what I need to do to start the game is I need to draw my initial hand. Now this game is going to go along in phases. So we're going to do 4 different phases for each turn, and then for each round, and then, no, I said that wrong. We're going to do our planning phase for the turn, which is the turn. We're going to do our planning phase, then we do a strategy phase, and then operation phase is where we're going to take multiple rounds of operation phase. And then at the end, we'll do cleanup, and then we'll move on to the next turn. Again, confusing terminology for those who are used to turns being turns and rounds being rounds, but we're gonna get on board for the purpose of the game because it's printed right there. It says turn. That's the authority here. Okay, so I need to draw my initial cards. I'm going to go into my planning phase of the turn. So I draw a hand up to 7. So I have 1 card that I started with, and I draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I now have 7 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Perfect. The meme is universal. And then I have cards in my hand. And what I'm doing is I'm essentially just looking at my cards. So during the planning phase, there's some other stuff that's being done. Mostly I'm just looking at my cards. Maybe I'm playing with my ally if I'm playing 2 players, because you can also play 2v2, as in 2 people on the suffragists, 2 people on the opposition. But the planning phase is for you to plan stuff, draw your cards and whatnot. All right, strategy phase. So after looking at the available strategy cards, we are going to determine how many buttons we want to ante, how many buttons we want to bet that we can try to win those cards. There is no limit on how many buttons I can bet, but when I'm playing solo against the Applebot, the way this is going to work, actually, in a non-solo game, I'm going to say I'm going to bid 3 buttons. And the opposition player in a 2-player game where another human is involved, they will be able to bid more buttons or equal to or less than or none. So if they bid more than, then they get the strategy card instead. If they bid equal to, then neither player gets any of the buttons. And if they bid less than, then the suffragist player will win and they'll get to pick a card. And either way, they have to spin their buttons. I think there's some other rule about how this works in a 2-player game, but in a solo game, which is what I'm playing and what I know about, and I can speak more intelligently on, in a solo game, I'm going to ante a certain number of buttons, and then the Oppo-bot is going to roll a die. If the Oppo-bot rolls equal to how many buttons I've anteed, I've put up for bet, then neither one of us are going to get a strategy card. And then all the buttons that I anteed will go away. If I've anteed less buttons than what the Oppo-bot rolled, so if I anteed 3 and the Oppo-bot rolled a 4, then the Oppo-bot would win. My buttons are still spent regardless. The ones that I anteed are still spent regardless. But then the Oppo-bot is going to choose one of these cards randomly and then do some stuff that I don't like. If I bid more than the Oppo-bot, what they rolled, then I'll get to choose a card and my buttons are spent. So either way, my buttons are spent, so I have to be very careful. I've learned the hard way that buttons are abundant. I had 12 at the start of the game, and they are some kind of hard to get back. So I got to be very careful. I got to watch myself. So knowing all of this information, in the strategy phase, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ante a certain number of buttons. And I should introduce us to the die here. There are 3 different types of dice that are rolled in this game. There's one of them. There's a D6, there's a D8, and then there's a D4. Now, for those who are eagle-eyed among you, this is clearly a D12, but this D12 has 3 sets of 1, 3 sets of 2, 3 sets of 3, and 3 sets of 4, which adds up to 12. I think they just did this because they didn't want to put caltraps in the box, which is fine. Or sorry, normal D4s in the box. And normal D4s are kind of annoying to roll, I agree. So I think this is a fair compromise, but they're going to roll this D4, which is, I know, a D12 shape. They're going to roll this D4, they as an Oppo-bot, after I bid. And if they roll higher than what I bid, they get the card. If they roll equal to what I bid, nobody gets a card. If they roll less than what I bid, I get a card. So that is our dice situation. And I'll use this tray here to do my dice rolls as I do them. So starting off, I get to ante how many buttons. So looking at my cards here, these are strategy cards. Strategy cards and state cards are super strong and powerful. I know I have an idea for my strategy that I want to go for. So I want to try to power up if I can. If I get a strategy card, I can hold onto it forever. If I get a state card, I can hold onto it forever. And the way I can play these is on my round, when I play a card, I can play a card like normal and also play a state or a strategy card. It's one or the other. So either before or after my card is played, I can decide to play a state or strategy card. And these are just once per round. So on my next card that I'm going to play in the next round, remember rounds are turns and turns are rounds. But in the next round, I can play another state card if I wanted to. And then the round after, I can play a strategy card along with the card and then so on and so forth. So what I'm saying is that I have a certain I have to trickle it in when I play them. But I want to try to my strategy, my approach is to try to amass as many state and strategy cards as I can for the final fight. And I do want to try to win this game before the final vote, but also if it just comes down to a final vote, I hope I will have good positioning. So knowing all that information, knowing that I really want a strategy card, and knowing that early game it is a little bit easier to get buttons, late game is a little bit hard, a little bit more peril involved, because I'll probably have spent too many buttons to earn these cards. I'm going to go ahead and ante 3. I'm going to ante 3 buttons. Now, I could ante 5 and just win outright, but I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that I can actually get some stuff back. And actually, let me go and give us an introduction to some cards. So here's one of the cards here. Oh, that's out of focus. 1 second, let me fix that. There we go. Here's one of our cards. It's Lucy Stone. Has some text on it. Has some really cool stuff about it. Some little blurbs and some text and some information for you. Some informations, as some of the cool kids say. And here on the Lucy Stone card, you see here, it says receive 1 button and then add 1 cube in 1 state of each region. So as a result of that, I can play that kind of, or cards like that to give myself more buttons. And buttons are used for a number of things. Buttons can be used to re-roll a set of dice, or buttons can be used to move my campaigner whenever I need to move my campaigner around. Or buttons can be used right now to do anti-stuff. And also sometimes events will cost buttons. Actually, let me take it back. I don't think there's any time where an event costs buttons, but I do know that Applebot has cards that will basically cancel some of my buttons, like remove buttons from me, and I don't like that. So knowing that information, I'm gonna go ahead and spend 3 buttons. Actually, you know what? I don't want this initial strategy card to go to the Applebot, so I'm gonna spend 4 buttons. We're gonna spend 4 buttons in the hopes that we will win. Worst case scenario, we get nothing. Best case scenario, we win. So, oh, sorry. Some of these cards here for strategy, I forgot during our setup, do not get played when the Applebot's here. So there's 2 cards that have stars on them. I need to find the other one. Remove these from the stack. So I misspoke earlier. It should be 10 cards, not 12 cards. Man, I always miss that. Okay, let me shuffle that and get another card out here. Okay, so I'm spending 4. So I'm anting 4. And now the Applebot is going to do their roll. So let's get our dice tray. And we'll roll our D4. Applebot is going to bid 3. So I win. Hey! I still spent those 4 buttons, but I win. That's the main thing. And when we fight, we win. That's the motto. All right, so I get to choose one of these strategy cards. So these are the 3 strategy cards that I have available here. We got these 3. We got Eye on the Future, Bellwether State, and Efficient Organization or Organizing. So I think of these cards, Efficient Organizing gives me buttons, and I've run into situations where I really needed a button. Now, Eve of the Future says playable on turn 5 and 6. It's going to take me a long time to play that card, but it says look through your draw deck, select 1 card, and play it for its event immediately, then reshuffle your draw deck. That could be super strong. Eye on the Future. Bellwether State. Select 1 state and remove any opponent cubes, and add 4 of my cubes, or remove any of my cubes in that. So this is if you're playing 2-player. The opposition player can do the red, the side that's better for them, of course, and then the suffragist can do the side that's better for us. But Applebot, you'll notice here, Applebot has some text that it does, and that determines how Applebot plays when Applebot wins, if it wins. So in this particular case, though, I think Efficient Organizing will be nice because I was kind of eyeing that earlier. That's why I spent so many buttons. So I think I want to take Efficient Organizing. It's nice to get like Bellwether State and Eye on the Future, but getting this early. Oh, actually, I take it back. No, hold on. Is it just 1 state? Okay, it's just 1 state. It's just select 1 state and remove any red cubes and add 4 of my cube. The reason why it's important is because in order to win these state cards, I didn't say this before, whoever has 4 cubes on one of those state cards will win the state. Subsequently, when we're actually doing voting here for women's suffrage to try to ratify it or fight against it, depending on which side you're on, of course, when you have 4 cubes in the area, you end up winning that particular spot for your side. So if there's 4 red cubes here in New Mexico, then it will be an X, as in they voted against women's suffrage. If there's 4 cubes here for the suffragists in Texas, that means they voted for women's suffrage, so on and so forth. So that is what all that means. So knowing that information, Bellwether State can just give me one of these state cards, but I don't want to trade 1 for 1. I want to try to collect these over time. I'm not in a big rush, but I do know that my clock is ticking. So I probably should also try to pay attention to what these cards do. And I'll assess that in a second. But for here, I'm going to take Efficient Organizing because I think having button income late game has been a problem for me. And this gives me a get out of jail free card. So we'll put this here. So I refresh that strategy card, and now we're ready to start. So starting off, the first turn is always taken by the suffragists. So for me on the suffragist side, we got a lot of things going. So I want to try to claim these cards, and I have a way to claim, let's see, I can put Women to the Polls here. Women to the Polls here says add 2 cubes in New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and Delaware. Oh, let me get my tweezers before I forget. Okay, there we go, sorry. Into New Jersey, Delaware, and Pennsylvania. So I can kind of get 2 cubes there. And that's really important because Pennsylvania and New Jersey are in play as state cards. So that can give me some presence. Now, I know the first card that the Applebot's going to play is going to basically make that a little bit harder for me. But knowing that these cards are here, or sorry, knowing that that card's in my hand, I can do some really cool stuff. I can also do Seneca Falls Convention, which is a pretty strong starter card. Add 1 campaigner for purple and 1 campaigner for yellow in the Northeast region, and then receive 2 buttons, and then add 2 cubes into New York. So I think my strategy is going to be to do Women to the Polls first, and then Seneca Falls Convention, and then maybe try to claim New York early, because New York allows me to add a bunch of cubes into that region. So knowing all this, this is all kind of resting on the hairs of like if I actually get what I need. Yeah, it's not gonna matter. So we'll do Women to the Poll. Well, actually, let's do Seneca Falls Convention first. It genuinely won't really matter because of how the first turn works for the Alphabot. But I'm gonna do Seneca Falls Convention. That one's gonna allow me to add a campaigner of purple and a campaigner of yellow into the Northeast, and that's gonna give me the ability to do campaign actions, which is pretty strong. And then I get to receive 2 buttons. So now I have 10. And I can add 2 cubes into New York. And I can choose purple or yellow. I'm gonna choose one of each because I don't know which direction the Alphabot's gonna go. I think early game purple, actually, given my first hand, I'm gonna go purple. Because I think early game, the card that makes the 15th Amendment, makes the purple cubes disappear is only if the 15th Amendment is in play. And the 15th Amendment is one of the cards that I have in my hand. And I don't have it in my hand, so I don't have it yet, but I'll get it eventually. So therefore, I'm not at risk of losing that if I just hurry up and get that New York card this round. Okay, so that's my first turn. I got my buttons, I got my stuff. We'll discard this off to the side. And now we will go with the Alphabot. So now Alphabot's gonna go. The first card Alphabot's gonna play, and I'll put these here. These are the Alphabot starting cards. You'll notice that they say play on turn 1, round 1, play on turn 3, round 1, play on turn 5, round 1. That's why I put those cubes over there on the track. But they're gonna do this card first. And this card here says, play on turn 1, round 1, add 1 campaigner in the south. So I put 1 campaigner in the south region, and then add 1 cube essentially on all 4 of these spots. 1 cube for every location. So 1 cube, so put 1, this is the patriarchy we're playing, but put 1 red cube in each state of the Northeast region, Atlantic and Appalachia region, South region, and Midwest region. So let's go ahead and do that. It's gonna take a while, but it's always the first turn they take, and it's always the most annoying turn that they take. I think it should end up being, what's that, 4 times 8 minus 1, 31 cubes placed in one go. So I'm pretty sure this is not 31 I have in my hand, but let's start. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I'll clear that up in a second. Six, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. Yeah, that's right. So 31 cubes get placed because these two cancel each other out. All right, that's it. Patriarchy has done their thing. Those jerks. All right, so that card goes into the discard for the Alphabot. Again, there's never a reshuffle for the Alphabot or for me, but I do have some ways I can go through my discard based on cards that I can play. All right, so that's all done. Let us move into my next turn. So my next turn, we said we're going to do Women to the Polls. We're going to add 2 influence into New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and Delaware, and I'm going to stick with purple, like I said before. So 2 here, and then we're doing Delaware and Pennsylvania, so we're getting New Jersey. So I'm putting 2 here, so I'm canceling 1 of theirs, and then taking 1, or putting 1 so I can have control. And then Pennsylvania, I'm putting 2 here, and canceling that 1, so only 1's left. So that's been my next card there. Okay. And again, we're fighting for that New York card, and we want to also get that Pennsylvania card too. And basically, we want to try to win every single state card because we want to prepare. Like if I can get every single state card, and then I can go for get Congress to pass this, and then just start playing power move after power move, it's gonna be good. But I gotta prepare accordingly. That's my plan. Okay, done. Alphabot. We're gonna play their first card. This is gonna be from the top of the deck. We're gonna flip it. is going to be the 15th Divides Suffragist. Hey, this is the card I was talking about. So play if 15th Amendment is in effect. It is not. So therefore, what we're going to do for the Alphabot is we're going to do a campaign action instead. So this card is going to be discarded as a campaign action. And each campaigner that the Alphabot has in play, which is currently only one, is going to, first, we're going to figure out where they're moving to. So we're going to roll a d6 to figure out what state they're moving to. So you'll notice here is the West is 1, the Atlantic and Appalachia is 5, the South is 3. So there's a d6 number in each one. The Alphabot is going to move to 6, so they're going to move up here where we are. And then if there is a state card in play, which there are 2, there's New York and New Jersey, the Alphabot is going to target one of those cards randomly. If there's multiple, they're going to choose randomly. So we have New York and New Jersey. We're going to do odd and even. New York is odd. Actually, New York is even. New Jersey's odd. Take that, New Jersey. Sorry, joking. So we rolled even. So New York is where they're going to attack. And now we're going to figure out how many people. So the way the campaigners work, and I will also have the opportunity to do this too, but the way the campaigner works is we're going to roll a d4, and based on the number rolled, that's how many people they're gonna poop out. So they're gonna send out 3 people. So they're gonna send 3 here. So it's gonna cancel all of my influence in New York, which is a little annoying, but we're fighting. Okay. Now another thing to note is that when I do a campaign action and when the Alphabot does a campaign action, each campaigner individually rolls, and that allows them to, like for instance, my yellow could end up rolling a 1, and then my purple can end up rolling a 4. That means I'm putting one yellow influence anywhere I choose, and I'm putting 4 purple influence anywhere I choose. I can split it up and break it up however I want. Actually, let me check that part, because I'm pretty sure they don't have to go to the same place. 1 second. Now for the Alphabot, if there were no states in play, if there were no state cards in play, then they'll roll a d8, because you'll notice here the states are numbered 1 through 8. They'll roll a d8 to determine which state they're targeting, and they'll send all of their people to that one spot. I can spin buttons to re-roll all of the dice, because buttons are used for re-rolls. I can spin a button to move a campaigner from where they are to anywhere else and just teleport them wherever. Okay. Yeah, okay, so all the cubes do not have to go into the same spot. That's all I need to know. Okay, cool, good. All right, I know the rules to this game. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I tell you. All right, so let's get that green screen out of the way because it's putting speckles all over the place. And let's go over into my turn. So they are canceling out my New York stuff, and I'm not happy about that, but I'm glad they attacked the spot where I have things at. Their 15th Amendment card is gone too, so that means I can just double down and triple down on the purples being out. There's a yellow card a little bit later for the, there's a card a little bit later for the yellows, but that's not here yet. So let's try Frederick Douglass. So Frederick Douglass here, it says roll a d8 and add that number of influence in the Northeast region, no more than 1 per state. So a lot of these are going to be 1 per states for the early game, but I just want to try to put my foot on the gas there. So we roll a d8. We rolled a 2. I'm definitely spinning a button to re-roll that. We rolled a 2 again. I'm spinning another button. This is my last button. I'm sticking with whatever comes out. A 5. I'll take a 5. All right. So I get to place 5 influence, no more than 1 per state up here. So I'll put 1 in the Northeast up here. I'll put 1 purple in New Jersey, 1 purple in New York, and then I'll use the other 3 to cancel some spots. So let's see who else. It's not that I don't care about other regions, but I'm just going to do New Hampshire, Vermont, and Connecticut because I can reach those. Actually, I want to do Maine. Let's do Maine. All right. All right. Excuse me. So that's all done. Now, also keep in mind I can play my efficient organizing and get 5 buttons, but I'm gonna hold on to it for later. It's my one in the back there. Okay. So over to the Alphabot. We're gonna flip their card. Alphabot's gonna be doing this card here. Okay, wrong button. This card here is going to be Old Dixie. Add 1 influence in each of Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, and Florida. That's not good. I need to start fighting down there because they're starting to get too many cubes. So that's going to be Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, and Florida. All right. I don't think any of those are in play, are they? Georgia's in play, and so is Texas. Okay, good to know. All right. So continuing on, I got a few more cards here. So let's see. I kind of want to get in the South, but I don't have any cards that target the South directly. I got the Northeast. Oh, I played Frederick Douglass. I'm sorry. I got the, I don't have anything for the South. So I got the Midwest. I can get like a foothold in the Midwest, but it's not really helping. Actually, you know what? I can campaign. I think what I want to do is I want to campaign because I really want to get New Jersey and New York. I want to get these 2 cards and then get out of that area and then get down here to the South and start dealing with that. I also want to get Appalachia and the Atlantic to do stuff, but what we're going to do is we're going to discard one of these 2. So I don't care about the Midwest right this second because the Midwest doesn't have anything. Oh, no, I lied. Midwest has Ohio. Okay, never mind. I do care about the Midwest. I don't care about the plains, is what I meant to say. Shucks. Okay. So hard. Because Lucy Stone gives me a button, and then I can just kind of place like a single in each region. So I think Sojourner Truth, like the Midwest is so important. All these are so important. Dagnabbit. Okay. All right. I want more buttons, so I'm gonna play Lucy Stone just for Lucy Stone. No. Here's what I'm gonna do. I want to play Sojourner Truth. I'm not giving up the Midwest, but the Midwest is not as important as the other 2 regions because Virginia and Pennsylvania are in play, and New York and New Jersey are in play for state cards, and I want both of those. And I need to get to the South sooner rather than later. So I'm discarding Sojourner Truth, and I'm discarding her card so I can do a campaign action. And each of my campaigners can activate and do some stuff. I'm going to keep them both exactly where they are because I don't want to move them, so I'm not spending any buttons. And then we'll do we'll roll our D4s here. We'll roll our D4s here, and we'll do this is black, this is blue, so black and blue. Wow, that is terrible. Okay, I need 5. So I'm going to spend a button, and when you spend a button, you reroll everything. So okay, that's much better. 6. I'll take 6. So 3 and 3. All right, so we're committing to that. And we get to place 3 and 3, so I'm going to put 3 in New York. And that's going to be the 3 purples are going to go in New York, just kind of keep it nice and held. And we claim the New York card. And then I'm going to put 2 yellows in New Jersey. And we claim the New Jersey card because we got 4 influence there. And then the last remaining yellow, I'll use it to cancel Connecticut. Because my campaigners can only stay in this area. They can't cross borders, cross regional borders. Okay. All right, so that's all done. We are done. That felt like a really good turn. I have the 2 states I have. Now I need to, excuse me. Now I want to go into the South and start working on that. The South is going to be really hard to fight for. I think I have some mid-game cards that let me do the South, but some of those mid-game cards are basically, supporting white supremacy essentially, and it makes it harder because I think the yellow faction does not like white supremacy as much as the purple faction. So, this is going to be a rough mid-game. I can feel that at my bones because I also need to get over here in the West, and I haven't been in the West yet. So, we're fighting. Over to Applebot. Applebot's going to flip, and Applebot's going to do South Dakota rejects suffrage. Play if there's at least 1 pillar in Congress. There's not. Therefore, they're going to do a campaign action. So I actually need to start putting pillars so we can get those cards to trigger. But campaign action is more dangerous late game than it is early game, but it's annoying early game, especially if they're trying to claim states because they're getting these state cards. These state cards are really danger. There's an ability for Applebot here. So Applebot is going to first decide where they want to move. They're going to go to region 2, so the plains, perfect. There's nothing in the plains. Have at it. There are no state cards here in the plains, so therefore we're going to roll a d8 to figure out where they're dropping their people. They're going to drop it in 4. So they're gonna put it here in North Dakota. So now we're gonna roll a D4 to figure out how many they're putting. Excuse me. Okay, they're putting 2. You saw that, right? They're putting 2. So they're gonna put 2 opposition cubes there in North Dakota, and that's their entire turn. So the danger of not having pillars here is that these cards could be snatched in one go if the Applebot rolls a D8, or sorry, rolls a 4. So that means that I can end up losing out on states before I even had a chance to fight for them, and that's really devastating at times. But the benefit of them going to the plains, and hopefully they stay there, is that the plains are not in play right this second. Speaking of being in play, I think I want to go ahead and do Lucy Stone. I want to play that card. I got my stuff that I wanted up here. Oh, actually, I could campaign. Hold on. Yeah, I could campaign, can't I? Okay. So every round you're going to end up with 1 card left over for the next round. I think I'm going to hold on to National Women's Rights Convention, and I'm going to hold on to that for the next round. For here, though, we got Frances Harper. She allows me to roll a d8 and add that number of influence in Atlantic and Appalachia region, no more than 1 per state. So that could be pretty powerful. But I really want to like break the South and make sure I get Georgia and Texas. Georgia's card is I get 2 buttons. Texas card is I get to get the 6 influence into a South region, no more than 2 per state. That's super strong. Virginia and Pennsylvania are a better deal, but I really don't want the Applebot to get Georgia because Georgia is halfway there. So I think I need to go to the South. The South is looking more problematic, and then I can try to manipulate the Atlantic in Appalachia a little bit to keep it from falling apart. So knowing that information, I'm going to discard Lucy Stone as a campaign, and I'm going to spend 2 buttons to move both of my campaigners down to the South. And then we are going to go ahead and roll. So I'm going to hope that I don't need to reroll, but you notice that how my button economy is just falling apart. Like I have basically no buttons. I'm almost at the point where I probably need to play efficient. I'll go ahead and play efficient organizing now. It's not going to change much. It's going to give me 5 buttons back. I don't think I'm going to get that much button income anytime soon, so I get 5 buttons back. Saves me a little bit of time. And we're going to go ahead and try to campaign here. So we got 2. We're going to do the same thing we did before. So this is going to be blue, black. Here's my dice tray. There we are. Ugh. All right, we're spinning a button. That is trash. Okay, much better. 4 and 3. I'll take 4 and 3. All right, that's 7 out of the possible 8. So with 7, 4 and 3, I could go hard on Georgia and claim Georgia now, and then I can also mitigate Texas. So I think I'll do that. So for Georgia, I need to send 6 over here, and I have 7. Oh, well, there's the meme. Okay, well, I'm sending 6 over here. So I'm sending, I'll send 2. I want purple to be the land holder over there. So I'm sending 2 yellows to cancel this. And then I'm sending all 3 purples and 1 yellow to Georgia. So all 3 purples and 1 yellow. And then I got 1 yellow left, and I use it to cancel Texas. And that's going to win me Georgia. So that's going to give me 2 more buttons. I feel like I should play these extra button things now. Oh, I can't. I played a card already. Okay, yeah, I played a strategy card. Okay. So that's all done. I'm done with my turn. Back over to Applebot. Applebot's going to flip, and Applebot's going to do Southern Strategy. Southern Resentment. I'm sorry, wrong card. Southern Resentment. Play if 15th Amendment is in effect. It is not. So therefore, this is a campaign action. So they're going to do another campaign action. So we're going to roll to figure out where Mr. Applebot is going to be strolling on by now. They're going to go right on down to the Midwest. Okay, and there is Ohio in place, so they're placing all of their influence in Ohio. So we're gonna roll. They rolled a 2, so Ohio is about to fall. It's not fallen yet, they need 4, but they're working on it. And that's it. Now remember, if there's multiple campaigners, there will be multiple roles, just like I've been doing. But I just want to point that out for everybody, because Applebot's eventually going to get a second campaigner. It's going to be really annoying. Okay, so now I kind of wish I had the card that I can just play to send one to every spot, because I can kind of, weaken this, weaken that. But I think I'm going to stick to my guns here. We got what we wanted here in Georgia. We could sacrifice Francis Harper to get the other part in Texas, but I think it's too, this card is too good for this region, and I need to focus on that region. So we're going to play Francis Harper for the effect. Her card is a roll a d8, and then add that number of influence in Atlantic and Appalachia region, no more than one per state. So we're rolling our d8. We rolled a 3, we're re-rolling that. I want at least 4. Oh my god, we rolled 3 again. Okay, well, this is my last re-roll. I'm not going to spend more buttons than this. Ugh! Okay, I lied. I'm spending one more button. I'm rolling it. No, I need to roll the same die. This die needs to do better. Come on, die. I believe in you. What is this? What is this? All right, we're spinning another button. We're doing it. Oh my gosh, jeez. All right, come on, come on. The luck can't be that bad. It's got to break eventually. Oh, are you kidding me? Okay, hold on. It's a pride thing at this point. It's a pride thing. I'm spinning every button I have. I need at least 4. I'll take it. Whatever. I'm so mad. I'm so mad. I'm so mad. Was this a D8? Was this really a D8? You saw that, right? I rolled, what was it, 3, 2, 2, 1, 2? That's crazy. That's crazy. All right, I'm playing Georgia, so I can get 2 buttons back. I'm so mad at that. I'm so mad at that. We're putting. I gotta re-roll one more time. I have to. Yeah. Okay. We're re-rolling one more time. Oh my gosh. I'm not touching the die. I'm just gonna take my camera and I'm gonna pan up. What is this game? All right, we're spinning another button. Dang it. Thank you. Was that hard? Was that hard? Okay, so we're canceling every influence 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and putting 1 in Pennsylvania. I am beyond floored at how silly that was. That was, how many buttons was that? There's only 3 buttons over here. I spent 5 buttons for that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I spent 5 buttons for that. That is outrageous. I am outraged. This is an outrage, Carl. Okay. All right. I did it for the meme, okay? I did it for the culture. I did it for the culture. All right, we got the Atlantic and Appalachia wiped out, but boy, did it cost a lot of buttons. I'm so bad at that. I'm still so mad. All right, Applebot, what you doing in your last action? They're doing gerrymandering. Gerrymandering says remove all yellows from 2 states with the most. I'm not happy about it, but it's okay. They're only here and here. I've already claimed those. So, really annoying, but fine. Okay, and that's it. So we're done with the round. Done with the turn. So now we finished turn 1. We're gonna do our cleanup. What does our cleanup entail? Where's the rulebook? I'm fuming. I'm fuming. All right. The cleanup phase is after this. As a 6-round operation phase, it's cleanup. It turns 1 through 5. Any cards that are in the effect box. There were no cards that were here. There are some cards when you play them, they'll stay in effect, and there were no such cards played. And oh my gosh, there were no such cards played in the first round. Let me double check. Yeah, no such cards. Let me check the Applebot, make sure I didn't miss it. No. Yeah. Okay. All right. So that is it. We are done. No more cleanup here. We just move on. And now we start the top of the round. I'm gonna draw 6 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got the 15th Amendment and also got Reconstruction. Playable, the Civil War is not in effect, and the 15th Amendment is in effect. I get to do some stuff in North Carolina. Oh, and the Atlantic and Appalachia, or just the South. And yeah, so we got our 7 cards. We still want to fight hard for strategy cards and state cards. I only have 4 buttons. I'm not very happy about how many buttons I had to spend on my last go, and I don't have a lot of button regeneration here. in my hand. I do have some things that are going to be good for doing campaign actions, so I can try to snatch a few more state cards before I get into the thick of the game. But this round, it looks like I'm going to be putting some pillars down for Congress, because I can put 2 pillars. I can also discard a card to roll a d6, and if I roll a 3 or higher, I put another pillar down. I'm not doing that right now because I know from my previous playthrough, late game, there's a lot of cards to get pillars into Congress. So I'm just focused on getting these states. That's my goal. My strategy is to get every state I can. Hopefully I can snatch all of them and then have the easier time trying to win the game. Because when Applebot gets one of these state cards, it hurts. It's to the point where I'm bidding all 4 buttons here for my ante. So if they roll a 4, they get it. If they roll less than a 4, then I get it. I really don't want Applebot to have any buttons. Actually, before I bid 4, let me think. Because I'm going to have a hard time regenerating buttons this round. And I'm going to be doing a few rolls. Okay, we'll bid 3. No, man, I really don't want Applebot to get any of these. Okay, we'll bid 3. We'll hold on to 1 button. We're hedging our bets. So it's a 50-50 chance that we actually get a card. Oh, Applebot tied. Okay, so neither one of us gets anything, but I got a button left, so that kind of sucks. Strategy cards are really good, but these ones are. I mean, I don't want to say they're mid, but they're not as great. This one's add 1 influence per state in any region. Regional focus is a pretty good card. Okay. All right, so we're done with that. So we're done with all that. And I got 1 button left, and we're starting our turn 2. So start of turn 2, there is no start of turn card for the Applebot, so I'm just double checking to make sure I'm on track. And as far as my card, okay, so I want to do Ann Dickinson, or Ann Dickinson. This one says receive 1 button and then add 1 influence in 1 state of each region. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Now, the other set of cards that I want to do, so I'll show you guys these cards because this is part of my strategy too. I'm hopeful that the first few cards that Applebot's going to play are not going to be super impactful, but the 15th Amendment is in play, and I want to be able to have another reroll. I got 1 reroll, I want 2 rerolls, because if I roll 3 through 5, I get 2 pillars in Congress. And then I can add 8 influence anywhere, no more than 2 per state. That's super strong for the 15th Amendment. And then Reconstruction allows me to add 1 influence in each of Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Florida, Alabama, Mississippi, Tennessee, Arkansas, Louisiana, and Texas. So as a result of that, those can be a really powerful back-to-back turn to try to claim some more state cards. But I want to have a reroll so I can have the best possible chance to win the congressional place. So I'm going to be playing Ann Dickinson, and that's going to allow me to get 1 button and place 1 influence in multiple regions. So let's go ahead and do that 1 influence. I think I want to go for purple because I know that the white supremacist card is going to eventually show up. It could be out of the game, but I'm just going to go for all purple right now because I want to make sure that I don't lose influence. So we're going to go, let's go in order. We're going to go California. In the plains, I don't really care, so I'm just going to cancel this one. And then over here in the south, we're going to go Texas. Over here in this area, we're going to go Ohio for sure. And then over here in the Atlantic region, we're going to go, I want to go North Carolina because that's, representing. But I think the Virginia card is really strong. It allows me to draw 2 cards from the draw deck, discard 1 and play the other for his event immediately. That's a super strong card. And then up in the Northeast, I do care, but I don't care. So I'll just cancel out 1 of their cubes. Make sure they don't have a foothold. Trying to prevent them from getting too strong of a foothold is a strategy for sure. All right, so that was Ann Dickinson. So that card is done. Now we're over to the Applebot. They're playing their first card for the round. They're going to be playing Senator Joseph Brown. There is no pillar in Congress, so therefore we're going to campaign action instead. Again, me letting the Applebot get this many campaign actions is super a choice, but it's super dangerous because they could just wipe out, just completely claim one of these state cards and just devastate. They're going to Region 3. Region 3 is the South. Oh no, Texas is in play, so they're targeting Texas. If they roll a 4, it's protected, so I did protect it, but still, I don't want them to cancel my progress. They rolled a 1, nice. So nothing, they put 1, that cancels my 1. I'm happy. I'm happy with the outcome of that situation. Okay, now let's get on to the nitty gritty here. So we're going to do the 15th Amendment. 15th Amendment says playable if the Civil War is not in effect. It is not in effect. And then roll a d6, and on the roll of a 3 or 3 through 6, so 50-50 chance, I get to add 2 pillars into Congress and then add 8 influence anywhere, no more than 2 per state. That'll allow me to claim Pennsylvania, work on getting Virginia, and then maybe getting a little bit more of a foothold in Texas, and then getting Ohio cleared out. So I'm hopeful that I can win this dice roll. The flavor text down here says, while some suffragists opposed it to focus on universal suffrage, others supported the 15th Amendment that extended the rights to vote to black men. So I mentioned before that there was a schism because one, it benefited the blacks and the suffragists didn't like that. The segregationists, wrong word. The white supremacists, it's the correct word, didn't like that. But also it was still a battle nonetheless. Okay, so rolling a d6. We rolled a 5. Woo! Whew. All right, I'm happy about that. That was good. So 2 pillars, and I get my influence. So I said I was going to put the things again. The South will unfortunately rise eventually. So we're going to do 2 in Texas to protect. Sorry, I'm sticking with purple. We'll do 2 yellows in Pennsylvania, just because I want to have a little bit of diversity up there. And we do win the Pennsylvania card. We're going to do 2 purples in Virginia. And we're doing our last 2 here in Ohio to cancel. That's all 8. Okay, so that is us fighting back. We're fighting back. We're clawing back. We're trying to like I said, build a big power base. And then once we get Congress to pass the 16th Amendment, we can just start trying to like just power move and take as many check marks as we can, because it's gonna be a tough fight, at least based on my calculations. So the 15th Amendment, that one's in play. This one is a permanent card. It's going to stay here in effect for the rest of the game. There's some cards that trigger if the 15th Amendment is in play, like the one that you saw earlier for the Reconstruction card I had. But let's see what Applebot's going to do. And Applebot is going to immediately do, probably civil rights. Nope. Okay, cool. Hey. Senator George Vest. Play if there's a pillar in Congress. There's at least one. They're going to remove this and then add 2 influence into Missouri. So 2 influence added into Missouri. That's a MI. No, it's Michigan. Missouri is MO. Yeah. So that's that card. I'm not happy about that, but okay. All right. So back over to me. I still need some more buttons. So I'm going to play my New Jersey card, and it's going to allow me to get 2 buttons. And I'm going to do Reconstruction, because Reconstruction is going to give me North Carolina. And it's going to help me get closer to Texas. So we're going to do Reconstruction. Reconstruction says playable if the Civil War is not in effect and the 15th Amendment is in effect. Add 1 influence in each of Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Florida, Alabama, Mississippi, Texas, Arkansas, Louisiana, and did I say Texas twice? Tennessee. Sorry, Tennessee and Texas. Accidentally said Texas instead of Tennessee. So I'm going to add, in the South, I'm adding purples, and in the North, I'm adding yellows. Hopefully this will not bite me in the butt later, because I'm going pretty heavy on purple. I'm looking at the map now. So above, in Appalachia, I will put a yellow here. So I will be claiming Virginia, and let me go in order. Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina cancels this. Georgia, oh, perfect. Oh, I already got Georgia, never mind. Georgia, I'll put a yellow there. Florida, we cancel 1. Alabama, we cancel 1. Mississippi, we cancel 1. Louisiana, oh, I'm skipping around, sorry. Tennessee, we put a yellow. Arkansas, we cancel. Louisiana, we cancel. And then Texas, we're going to put a purple for good measure. And I think that's everybody. So is that everybody? So we got Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Florida, Alabama, Mississippi, Tennessee, Arkansas, Louisiana, and Texas. All right, we got it all. So we are claiming Pennsylvania and Virginia. Oh, we already got Pennsylvania. We're claiming Virginia. Okay. There's no more button income coming from state cards, so I got to be very, very hold on to my buttons. Hold on to your butts. Okay, all right, so we're done. That was our big card, Reconstruction. This card does not stay in place, so it goes away. Applebot's going to go minor versus Happerset. So minor versus Happerset, if there's at least one pillar in Congress, there is. Remove one and then put two in Missouri. So they're tripling, quadrupling, quintupling down in Missouri. They canceled all my pillars. I'm not happy about that. But Missouri has enough to win votes. So the way this works is that when we go to vote, what's going to happen is that when Congress passes the 16th Amendment into the states, at the time that that happens, any state that has 4 influence of one side, then that will immediately go to a no for the opposition and a yes for the suffragists. So me having a stronghold of 4 cubes there is a good thing eventually, but I need to make it to that state. So the opposition having all these cubes here in Missouri really sucks. And let me just double check, make sure it was Missouri. That was both Missouri, wasn't it? Yeah, it was double Missouris. Oof, that's rough. That kind of sucks, but it's not the end of the world yet because we haven't sent it back to the states. So I have a little bit of time to make that better. And I think there's a lot of Midwest and Plains cards in the middle of the game because I think this is showing like the suffrage movement starting up here, working its way down south, and then taking over the entire state. With Tennessee being the linchpin for actual women's suffrage, the 19th Amendment, from what I understand from the history of it all. Okay, so we are back to our turn. So I think I'm going to do National Women's Rights Convention to get a pillar back in there. I was hoping to get the pillars kind of up and done, but I think for here, I was going to go ahead and play this card. It's not going to do a bunch, but except for maybe stall a little bit for the Automa, for Applebot. So we're going to put one pillar back here. The Civil War is not in effect. That's correct. And then we're going to add one pillar in Congress and then one in one state of each region. So that should give me Texas, which is what I want. So we're going to put a yellow in California. We're going to cancel this one in that North Dakota. We're going to put a yellow in Texas, and we're going to claim Texas. We're going to put a purple in Ohio, and then we're going to go for Atlantic and Appalachia. We're gonna get North Carolina some representation, and up in the Northeast, we'll put a yellow up here in Vermont. Why not? Okay. So that is good. Oh, actually, let's get it in New Jersey because we do need to get 4s. Or I can just remove their foothold. Yeah, let's remove their foothold. I don't want them having a foothold up here. I want them not present in my area, please. All right, so that's my card. I played it and I got Texas out of it, so I'm happy. We're going to continue with the Applebot. Applebot's going to do Southern Hospitality. Place 1 influence in each of Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, and Tennessee. All right, so they're canceling a lot of my stuff. I don't like that. All right, so that's going to be 1 in Virginia, so I'll let the purple go. 1 in North Carolina, I'll let the purple go. 1 in South Carolina, they get a cube there. And then 1 in Georgia, I'll let a purple go. And then 1 in Tennessee, that one cancels. So that is Southern Hospitality. We're trying to hold the front. We're building a coalition. Okay, all right, we got our pillar there, so let's go and keep our pillars going. So we're going to do petition to Congress. We're going to add 1 pillar into Congress and then add 1 influence in 1 state of each region. Same thing we just did before. This one, petition to Congress. Let's read the little history fact down here. During debate on the 14th Amendment, activists led a universal suffrage campaign and petitioned for voting rights regardless of race or gender. Cool. So let's do that. And we will place 1 in California, of course. We'll do a yellow. Up here in the plains, let's get Colorado on our side. And then down here in the south, nothing's in play, but I don't want them to have a foothold, like I keep saying. So we'll get South Carolina cleared. And up here in the Midwest, we're going to put another one in Ohio. We're working on it. I'll put a yellow there, make it balanced. And then Atlantic, we get North Carolina. Let's get Tennessee. Historically, Tennessee was necessary. That was the tie-breaking vote. So let's get Tennessee there for the culture. Oh, actually, we can get Virginia. No, we'll keep it in Tennessee. Up here in this area, we want to try to get New Jersey, but I want to spread out a little bit. I feel a little bit bad being so focused on just 2 or 3 regions. So let's get Connecticut. Oh no, Vermont. Let's get Vermont. Just choosing places. I don't know, just randomly choosing. All right, so that's all done. Now we go over to Applebot. Applebot's going to do border states. Add 1 influence in Delaware, Maryland, West Virginia, Kentucky, and Missouri. Man, they're taking Missouri for a ride, aren't they? Missouri has so much influence. I don't even want to be there. Whew, look at this. Look at this nonsense. Get a load of these jerks. All right, so Delaware, Maryland, West Virginia, Kentucky, and Missouri. Okay, so it's done. Next card for me. I don't have many cards here, but this one, Property Rights for Women, allows me to roll a d6 instead of a d4 when campaigning, so I'm going to hold on to that. I'm going to play Pioneer Women. This one says roll a d8 and then place that number of cubes in the Plains region. Actually, I'm going to campaign. I'm discarding this card to campaign. I'm going to campaign because I can get more where I want them. I don't have a lot of buttons, so I'm going to keep my people in the South. We're just going to try to make the South like a ball. We're just going to strengthen up the South and try to get a bulwark of strength going. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Ooh, or I can spin. No, I lied. I'm spinning a cube. I'm spinning a shoot. This is so perilous. Oh, actually, wait. I got cards. Hold on. Texas lets me put some stuff in the South. Virginia lets me draw 2 cards from the deck and then discard 1 and play the other card for its event immediately. I'm saying that for late game. Pennsylvania allows me to do it for the Atlantic and Appalachia State region, and then New York allows me to do it for the New York region for putting 6 cubes, no more than 2 per state. So I think I don't want to play any of those, so I want to hold on to those. Okay, we do want Ohio though. Ohio is pretty important, so we're going to spin a button. We're going to move our campaigner. We'll move our yellow one into the Midwest, and we will leave them where they are. I'm going to roll the yellow one. I need at least a 2. I'm willing to spend 1 button for this. I got a 3. I'll take it. Okay. So I will place 2 in Ohio to claim the Ohio card. And then I'll place 1. I want to start working on keeping them from getting this. But I also need to, this is just 1 location. They're going to get 1 X versus possible more X's. So I think I'd rather fight for Illinois or something. So we're going to do that. They're overloading Missouri, and I'm okay with that, just as long as they don't spread. Okay, so we got Ohio. I'm happy about that, and that was our campaign here. We need to campaign down here, so we're gonna roll the black die, black d4. We got a 4. Hey, all right. Let's cancel everything down here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't want any surprises. No surprises. Okay, so that's it. So we're all done. Now, last action for Applebot is going to be Backlash to the Movements. Add 2 red in any 3 states. Anytime it tells us any 3 states, we roll a pair of D6s and D8s, and then we determine based on where they can play stuff. They will only play stuff where they can play stuff. So this is where I got the other colors of die. So we use red, white, and blue. So they're going to go to 6, 6, and then 4, 8, and then 6, 2. Okay? So they're putting 2 and 6, 6. So 6, 6 is Rhode Island, so 2. 6, 2 is Vermont, so they get 1 cube. They cancel 1 of mine and they put 1 of theirs there. And then 4, 8. Oh man, they're canceling all of. Oh no, they're canceling 2 of my cubes here in Ohio. So I'll just remove the 2 yellows. Okay. I was about to say they're gonna put more in Missouri. Good lord, how many more do you want in Missouri? All right, and that's it. So that's gonna be it for this entire turn. So we are now done. So we're moving on to our next set of things. So we need to play the card here. So let's get the card. They're going to be playing War in Europe. No, wrong card. Then we're playing Nowist forms. And that's going to put one extra campaigner in the northeast region for them. So they got 2 campaigners now. Okay, so for me, I want to draw my cards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have some ways to get buttons here. So I got some button cards. That's really good. We got our mid cards. So I'm going to spend all 3 of my buttons for the strategy card. Hopefully I win. 50-50 chance. The bot can get their first strategy card too. They rolled a 2, so I win. Hey. All right. So I get a strategy card. We got Eye on the Future, playable in turn 5 and 6. That's a really good card because it lets me just play another card. This one, Bellwether State. Select one state, remove any red cubes, and add 4 of my own cubes, or remove any of the suffragist influence and add 4 of the red cubes. Regional Focus, I think, is a better card. It allows me kind of just like shotgun spread. Add 1 influence per state in any one region. So I can use that to kind of flip the zone and hopefully claim some more stuff. So I think I want to do Regional Focus to kind of give myself more spread. Bellwether State is really good to get just like one specific state if it's really important. But I think I've been spreading myself enough and like kind of countering their influence that I feel like I'm in a reasonable spot. Getting these last 4 pillars is going to be a nightmare. I can already tell you that. But I got some cards that might help. So first things first, let's see what cards I have. I can receive 1 button and add, oh no, I don't want to do that. Union Victory, playable if the Civil War is in effect. Roll a d6. On the 3 through 4, receive 2 buttons and move the Civil War cards to discard pile. Susan B. Anthony, add 1 influence. Receive 1 button and add 1 influence in 1 state of each region. Francis Willard, add 1 pillar in Congress. Receive 2 buttons. A Vindication of the Rights of Women. Draw 2 cards from your deck. Discard 1 and play the other for its event. So because I'm in the middle, this guy should be really strong. I want buttons first, though. So I'm going to do Inez Milholland. So we'll do Inez Milholland. This one says add 1 pillar in Congress, receive 2 buttons, and then add 1 influence in 1 state of each region. So I guess my buttons back up. So I'm going to get my 2 buttons. And then I get my pillar in Congress. And we're going to add 1 in each state. For the history text, it says only the hopes of women have we, and our own spirits in a mighty principle. Women of these states, unite. We have only our chains to lose and a whole nation to gain. Nice. So that card goes away. And we need to add 1 influence to each region. So we're going to claim California. We're going to put a purple there. We're claiming California. We want to start working on Utah next. We're going to bolster ourselves in Colorado. Actually, I want to put another one somewhere. I'm going to spread out. We'll do Kansas. For the South, we'll put a yellow down in Florida. No, Alabama. They're likely to do a lot of nasty stuff with Alabama because segregation now and segregation forever. That's such an awful phrase. All right, over here, I want to continue building some defense. So I want to cancel Michigan. Over here, we want to cancel Kentucky. And then over here, we definitely don't want them to have more than 1 cube up here. So we'll work on that. All right. So all my cubes are placed in 1 in each region. So now we're moving to Applebot. Applebot's going to flip a card, and they're going to do middle. It's going to be the SSWSC. Play if the Southern strategy card is in effect. It is not. So therefore, they're going to campaign. Oh, wait. This is their first card, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whew, we almost messed it up. All right, hold on. Let me get the let me get that shuffled. 1 second. I gotta fix my mistake because we gotta play the other card. I forgot about that. 1 second. I'm taking their middle card and I'm shuffling it in and removing 2 other random middle cards because I want to make sure that it stays random for me. But I almost didn't play the card. This is what happened last time. And I was like, man, this game's so easy. It's, yeah, because you didn't trigger the thing you're supposed to trigger. All right, so this is removing 2 middle cards. Okay. They're not playing that card. They're playing this card. This card says, play on turn 3, round 1. Add 1 campaigner in the East region. Okay, now it's going to be scary because they have 2 campaigners, and that's one too many. That's two too many in my opinion. But okay, now we get to play a card. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can I get more buttons? Not really. I want to play a Vindication of Rights of Women. So it's going to be, oh, actually. Am I going to campaign a lot this round? I don't know if I'm going to campaign a lot this round, but I have a way to get another pillar. So I can try to do the petition to Congress action. So let's do Francis Willard, add 1 pillar in Congress, and then get 2 buttons. Okay, so we need 2 more pillars to get the vote to go to the states, and then we can start fighting the hardcore for the rest of the stuff. And I can start enacting the rest of my plans there. Okay, now we go Applebot. Applebot is going to do, oh, save us, senators, from ourselves. Add 1 influence in 1 state of each region. Wow. Men, I swear. Men. Why are men so... Why are men? Oh, man, I can't believe CulBlu is a misogynist. There's no such thing. There's no such thing. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it's white and red. Is that 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, let's do the gray. They give us a gray set. All right. So this is 1 in each region. Okay. So we're rolling all of these dice, and we're gonna pair them up, figure out where they're going. Drop stuff. So 2, 4. Oops, that was 4. 2, 4. 2, 2. Oh, they're going for the planes. 4, 5. 3, 8. 1, 8. And 4, 5. Okay. So here's where they're placing their stuff. This is why I have all these other extra colors of dice. So let's put this in order. So we got 1, 8. 2, 2, 2, 4. Then 3 8s. 4, 5, 4, 5. So we have to re-roll one of these. Let's re-roll this one. 2, 5. Okay, so yeah, they're hitting 2 pretty hard. They're going for the planes. So they're just adding 1 influence to each of his regions. So 6 influence placed. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1, 8 is California. No, 1, 8 is New Mexico. 2, 2 is Wyoming. 2, 4 is... They really want North Dakota. All right, 2, 5 is South Dakota. And 3, 8 is Florida. 4, 5. 4. Oh man, I really wanted to be. Missouri. All right, 4, 5 is Michigan. Okay, that's 4, right? Yeah. Okay, so that was their turn. So that is all done. Now we're moving on to my next turn. So I think for this one, I'm going to do a vindication of the. Well, no, I want to hold on to that. Hold on. Let me think. Let me do a think here. If we can get the last pillars in, we can have a great time. It'll make some of my last few cards like kind of useless, but I got 4 buttons. I can get another button and throw some cubes in different places. I feel like I should get those. So the problem with getting the last 2 pillars is that it ends up being like a race at that point to kind of get more cubes than the opponent. But right now, if I were to get Congress to get those last 2 to send to the states, I'm getting 1, 2, 3 locations. 4 locations off the bat. My opponent is getting 1, but they're kind of spread out a little bit more than I am. So I feel like I need to increase my presence and keep fighting back the tide of nonsense. So I want to get more buttons because I want to prepare for the next bidding phase because I feel like it's going to be extremely important. So we're going to do Susan B. Anthony indicted. This one's going to let me receive 1 button and add 1 influence in each region. One influence in 1 state of each region. And this one says, in 1872, Anthony was one of many suffragists who tried to illegally cast a ballot for president, attempting to force the courts to decide the suffrage issue. Nice. Okay, so we are getting a button, and we are going to go ahead and add an influence, and we'll do Utah, we'll do yellow. So we'll do Utah because we need that. We'll cancel something up here. Let's cancel Wyoming. And 3s down the south, we'll cancel Florida. Well, actually, I don't want to cancel. Well, yeah. I feel like I should set myself up for 4s just in case I get those last 2 pillars. So we'll do that. We'll have 4 in Georgia, and then over here, we need to cancel something. So we're going to cancel Indiana, and then in 5 we'll cancel Maryland, and then up here in the northeast we'll cancel Vermont. Okay, so we didn't place a ton, but it gave us a little bit more presence. So we're done. That was Susan B. Anthony indicted. Next for the Applebot is going to be this card, which is, oh, there it is, the SSWSC. So this is going to be the Southern Citizens. What does it stand for? Southern States Women's Suffrage Conference. Cool. And this one, the Southern strategy is not in effect, so therefore we don't have to worry about that. But they are going to campaign, which could be a lot worse. Could be much worse. There is only one location, Utah, that has not been claimed, but I'm currently working on Utah, so there's no risk of them claiming it outright, but they're still going to campaign. So they got two sets of dice, so we will try to figure out how to divide this. 1 second. I don't have enough dice. All right, so we have gray and blue. It doesn't really matter, but gray and blue. Sorry, we're just rolling d6s. Yeah, there we go. So we got gray and blue. We're figuring out where they're moving to. So blue is going to move to 3. And then gray is going to move to 6. Okay. All right. Well, I'm not enthusiastic. I'm not thrilled about it, but it's not terrible. Oh, I don't need that anymore because they're going to roll the D4s. So we'll say this one is blue, this one's black. 2 and 4. So black is putting 4. This one's putting 2. They have no target states, so we need to figure out where they're targeting. So I'll roll this on the green screen. They rolled a 4 for blue and a 3 for gray. So gray is going to put theirs in Louisiana. Oh, that's backwards. Sorry. There we go. Yeah, they're going to put 4 in Louisiana. And that's not ideal. And then they're going to put 2 in Maine. Oh, it's the wrong color. I'm sorry. There we go. Okay, so that is that. All right, pretty brutal stuff there, but let's go ahead and keep going. We're going to do the union signal to get another button. So we're going to get a button, and we're going to add one in each region. We're trying to build our button income up so we can definitely win a card next round. There is superior lobbying is really good. Superior lobbying allows me to basically get another pillar. So that could like lock it in for me to win the congressional thing next round. So I really want that. I really do want that. So we got a button and we get to put 1 influence in each location. We're going to continue to fight for Utah. We'll put a purple to keep it diverse. And we'll continue to try to cancel out stuff around the board. So 1 in Utah. In the plains, we'll cancel out North Dakota. Over here in the south, we'll cancel 1 in Louisiana, so it's not just immediately gained. Over here in the Midwest, we'll cancel 1 in Michigan. Over here in the Atlantic region, we'll cancel West Virginia. And then up here in the north, we'll cancel 1 in Maine. Actually, we'll cancel Rhode Island, and then we'll work on Maine later. Okay, so that's my move back over to the Applebot. Applebot's going to do Emma Goldman. Add 1 influence in 1 state of each region. The opposition wasn't a monolith. As a radical anarchist, Goldman believed voting was a waste and supported full resolution to achieve her goals. Full revolution to achieve her goals. Yep, sometimes it's your own. Sometimes it be your own. All right, so we'll bring out all of our sets here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So let's see where they're going. Handful of dice, let's go. Math rocks. Math does rock. All right, so we got 1, 2, a 2, another 2. Oh man, they're hitting hard on the planes. Why? All right, 3 and 5. Okay. So that's a 6, a 3, a 1, a 2, a 7, and a 6. Okay. So where are they attacking? Are they attacking California finally? I think 1-3 is California. Yeah, it is. So they're hitting California with 1. I will let a purple go. So that's done. And then they're going 2-2 or 2-1, 2-2, 2-6. So 2-1, 2-2, 2-6. 2-1, 2-2, 2-6. So 2-1, 2-2, 2-6. And then 3-6. So 3-6. They're canceling one of mine here. I'll let the yellow go. And 5-7. 5-7. They're going into Maryland. They're getting in there. All right. And that's done. Okay. So back over to my turn. I don't really have many cards to play right now. I really want to hold on to the Union Victory card. So I think I'm going to campaign. So we're going to do... oh, gosh. This is tough. All right. We're going to do a Vindication of Rights of Women. Because I just want to see what shows up. Draw 2 cards from your draw deck, discard 1, and play the other card for its event immediately. So draw 2, and I get to discard 1 and play the other. So we got Helen Keller. Oh, Helen Keller's a strong one. Oh, the Club Movement is a strong one too. I want both of these cards. Oh, I hate this so much. 4 buttons is crazy. Oh my gosh. But also rolling 2d6s. And then placing anywhere influence is so strong. There are multiple of these cards. I don't know if there's multiple of these cards, but I want buttons because I want to win the strategy thing. Man, gosh, this hurts. This is pain. I'm discarding Helen Keller, and I'm playing this one to get 4 buttons. I feel like I need to get my button income back up. I have the opportunity to restore my button income. I'm at 10. Remember, I was at 0 at the top of the round. So the fact that I have 10 buttons right now is a testament to my focus, and I'm just going to stick with it. I'm working on Utah. We're going to get it, but that Helen Keller card. Okay, so conservative opposition. Add 2 influence in any 3 states. So we're going to do that. 2 influence in any 3 states. So we'll do red, blue, and black. So they're hitting 1, 2 1s, I see. So 1, 1, 5, 1, oh, sorry. And 5 and 8. So 1 8 and 1 5. So they're going into New Mexico and Nevada. And then 5 1, 5 1. They're going to cancel my Tennessee. Okay. And that's it. And oh, hello, Time Roller. Welcome. I do live stream on Twitch, by the way, for those watching. That's twitch.tv/CulBlu. That's CULBLU. Thank you for lurking. Thank you for lurking and hanging out. And whoops, indeed. Yes, I'm trying to do better than I did last time. I think Time Roller was here this is my second playthrough live streamed, and YouTube will only see this one, more likely than not, because I'm playing the rules correctly. But I'm trying to take my lessons learned and do better. And boy, is it difficult, let me tell you. Okay, so here's where the stress is for me. Besides having the Helen Keller card disappear, which feels so terrible, bad. Property rights for women allows me to, for the remainder of the turn, roll a d6 instead of a d4 when campaigning. And then Union Victory is playable if the Civil War is in effect. I get to roll a d6, and then on a 3 through 6, I get to receive 2 buttons and move the Civil War to the discard pile. I want to hold on to Union Victory, and I want to do property rights for women as a campaign action. Like, I was hoping to use this turn to like campaign and get more states, like get Utah and stuff. But I think with what I've been doing, it's been like helping with the strategy and working out. So right now I just need to go ahead and campaign. I got 10 buttons. I'm going to keep my people where they are, because in the Midwest I can try to, if I send, okay. I can send one person. I can send this southern lady over to California, over to the west, and then try to claim the last card of Utah. And then I'll have like a really big, really big set of turns I can do. Ooh. I think I want to do that. Because like part of me is worried about losing the South. The Midwest is a little bit contained and under control. The Atlantic and Appalachia is okay for now, but I'm worried. Like I said before, a lot more cards for the plains in the Midwest and the West show up towards the end of the game and late game. So that's both for me and Applebot. So like I really want to make sure this is kind of contained and under control, and then start working my way this way, and then getting, of course, this passed and all that. But I gotta take a step by step. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna spin a button, and we're gonna move our person over here. We're gonna move our person in the Midwest over here into the West. Okay, so now we're gonna roll. So we need at least a 2 up here. So we're gonna roll that first. I want at least a 2. I'll take a 1, but I want at least a 2, so I can go ahead and just claim it now. I got a 3. Okay, I was about to say, you're gonna stop? Dice is out here dicing. So I got a 3, so I'm gonna put 3 there. So I do claim Utah, so I am now fully charged. I've claimed every single state card so far, and every single strategy card so far. I hope to keep the strategy card victory going, but it's gonna be pretty expensive button-wise. I put 2 there, and I'm gonna put 1 here to cancel in New Mexico. And my purple is staying here, so we're gonna roll for her. I need to roll the black die, keep it consistent. I wanna get 1 in Georgia and cancel some stuff here. So if I get 1, I'll use it to cancel Louisiana. But whatever I roll is whatever I roll here. I rolled a 2, cool. So 1 in Georgia, 1 to cancel Louisiana. And she's generating purples. Okay. All right, and that's it for me for this round. Applebot's last turn. It's gonna be something devastating. New York newspapers place 2 influence in each of New Jersey and New York. So there's gonna break my hold there and break my hold there. So that's it. Applebot's done. And we're done with the turn, so we're moving on to turn 4. Turn 4. So we got to draw our cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. Yeah, this is what I was talking about before. So the getting 4 buttons felt like the correct move, because here's 2 other cards I just got, and essentially these are the same thing as Helen Keller. I remember seeing multiple of these, but I only saw like one of those get a bunch of buttons. And I really think it was a good move to take the bunch of buttons. It didn't feel good in the moment, but it gives me a much more strong position now in the bidding phase. Because I think, I got some cards here. It says add a campaigner and get 3 buttons. Get 2 buttons and add 2 in a place. Get 2 buttons and add 2 in a place. And I got a potential to get more buttons. So I'm going to spend 4. I'm going to ante 4. Which is a lot of buttons, yes, but I'm an ante-4 because I really want to win this card. I do not want the opposition bot getting any strategy cards, because those strategy cards are dangerous for them to have, especially when the voting is about to happen. Fingers crossed. Okay, so we got 4 buttons anteed. We're going to roll the Applebot to see how many they go. We're going to roll the black die for them. They rolled a 3, so we win. Okay, so I'm glad I spent all 4. And we get to choose one of these cards. I don't have any card here that's going to give me a pillar outright, which is kind of rude, but I have the ability to get some cards that will give me pillars, because I have a way to draw 2 and then discard 1 and play the other. So knowing that, I'm going to take Superior Lobbying. This is the only time this card is probably going to be good. Superior lobbying says roll 4d8, and then for each 6, 7, or 8 rolled, add 1 influence into Congress, remove 1 influence from Congress or pillar. So I could possibly get Congress to send this back to the states now on my first turn. So superior lobbying might be the linchpin we're looking for. Okay, so that's all done. We're here for our first turn. I think I want to get superior lobbying in play. Let me think. I want more buttons before I do. So we're gonna do the National American Women's Suffrage Association, or NAWA. I think that's what it stands for. No, it's not NAWA. It's something else. Sorry. Oh, you can't look at the card. Sorry, my bad. We're gonna do the National American Women's Suffrage Association. Yeah, NAWA was the men's one. This one says add 1 campaigner in the Atlantic and Appalachia region. Right, 1 purple campaigner in the Atlantic and Appalachia region. And then receive 3 buttons. So I'll take 3 buttons. And then I'm also going to play superior lobbying, which is going to allow me to roll 4d8s. So I'll roll 4d8s. And I'll roll these ones here. Actually, I want to roll the ones that came with the game. Let me roll the ones that came with the game. 1, 2, 3, 4. They've been cursing me this whole time, but I feel like I should roll this. I need 2 6s or highers. All right, I got a 6 and an 8. Perfect. All right, so I got 2, so that means that we are officially in the second half of the game, boys and gals and non-binary pals. We got 2 pillars into Congress, because we get 1 for every 6, 7, or 8 rolled. Oh man, my music is doing sound things at the worst possible time. All right, I'll address that in a second. Let me continue. So this is all done. That was a powerful turn for me. We are now in the voting stage. So at the immediate, what's going to happen is anywhere that has 4 or more influence for one side, and by one side I mean for the suffragists or the opposition, is going to immediately go for a yes or a no. No for the opposition, yes for me. So I'm really happy that there's more than here. I don't know if there's a rule that says the Applebot's not going to add more, but I do know that there's a rule that says that when the Applebot is putting influence, if it ends up putting enough influence to make something go to no, then it'll take that extra influence and bleed it over to the next state in the same region, kind of in like a cycle order. So knowing that information, I don't know if that applies for them putting 6 cubes in one location, but I will say that those 1 locations were all targeted individually. So I feel like I played it right. Also, trying to get this audio to be under control. It is having a ball just being as frustrating as possible, huh? I don't even know if you guys can hear that. It's like if you're wearing headphones, you might hear it, but I definitely hear it. So I'm assuming y'all can hear it too. It might just be on my side. Which if it's just on my side, I don't care, but I don't want it to be in the recording. All right, anyway, going back over here, we have our votes. So we get to bring out our check marks and our X's. So starting off with the X's, opposition has at least 4 influence here. So they're going to get Missouri to be a heck no. And those influence go away. Now this state is no longer in play for the rest of the game. Pennsylvania is a yes. We want women's suffrage. That's what I'm talking about. Pennsylvania is a yes. I need 36. They need 13 no's. I need 36 yeses, by the way. Georgia. Oh, Georgia's a yes. Okay, so Georgia's a yes. Okay. And then Texas is a yes. And Louisiana's not lost, but is working on it. Utah's a yes. Uh-oh. Okay. And our tally count is 4 yeses and 1 no so far. So we are well on our way to getting everything established and settled. So let me get our counters out. So our counters are here. We got 4 on the yellow side for me. And 1 on the no side. They need 13, I need 36. So I need 3 times more than what they need. 3/4? Is 3/4 of the, or 3, yeah, 3/4. Okay. And this is out of 48 states because Alaska and Hawaii have not joined the Union yet. So there's only 48 states in the United States. That's the CONUS. continental United States of America. Okay, so that was my turn. That was my first turn. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I played my first turn. We're at the top of round 4, so I was going to flip a card. And they got Senator John Weeks. So this is convenient because this card is this is going to play if there's at least one pillar in Congress, that part of the game's over. So therefore, they're going to campaign. And this is dangerous because they got 2 campaigners and they need 13 victories. I am a little afraid. So I am ready for the chaos, I suppose. So we'll do blue and red. So this is going to be blue, this is going to be red. So 5 and 4, they know exactly where to go to hurt me. So 5, no, you're going to 4, and you're going to 5. It doesn't really matter which one goes where. I just like keep track of it just to like keep my dice luck where it is. There are no more state cards, so they're choosing random. Red is choosing 2, blue is choosing 3. Oh, which one's which? Yeah, there we go. So red is choosing 2. They're going to add into Kentucky. And then blue is choosing 3. 3 is already claimed, so they have to re-roll that. 1, they're going to go for Minnesota. Oh, it's not good. All right, let's see what they roll. Where's my other D4? There we are. So this is going to be blue. This is going to be black. 3 and 3. Oh no, Minnesota's fallen. Minnesota has fallen. Kentucky's on its way. So 3 and 3. And this one's now a no. So they got 2. That's not good. Okay. All right, not happy about that outcome. Okay, so that was kind of terrible. All right, so I need to get my influence in gear. Receive 2 buttons, add 2 influence in each state in the South region. Select a place in front of you. Oh. Select and place in front of you 1 available strategy card. Yes, I will do. Oh, that's a Southern strategy. Oh no, it's a trap. Well, some of their Southern strategy trigger cards are gone. But here's the Southern strategy, y'all. Here it is. This is the card. That card is so good that it's gonna screw me over. So this one says Southern strategy. Receive 2 buttons. Yes, thank you. And add 2 influence in each state in the South region, which is huge. Because that means that I can basically get a hold on the South. And then in addition to that, I get to select a strategy card and put it in front of me. Now keep in mind, there's a lot of cards that the opposition has that trigger if the Southern strategy is in play, and it is officially in play. So while this is giving me some really good benefits, I just want to point out, those good benefits come with a lot of problems. So we're going to do Southern strategy. We're going to do, I want to do all purples, because I feel like purples are the racists. The white supremacists, if you rather me call it that instead of racists. It's all the same thing. So 2 in Alabama, 2 in Mississippi. And I like to say, just because somebody was racist doesn't mean that they weren't important for history. It just means that, you know, they thought really bad things about other ethnicities and races. Okay, so that's all cleared. That's what the Southern strategy got me. And I also get a strategy card. And I can play a strategy card immediately. Actually, I want to play Texas. I'm going to get a strategy card, though. Strategy card, let's see. This one says move all of your campaigners. Oh, didn't I get a card that added a... Hold on. Yeah, I played a card that added a campaigner. Oh, I added her. Okay, she's right there. Never mind. I can play the Texas card. The Texas card is going to allow me to add 6 influence in the South region, no more than 2 per state. I'm thinking about playing that one. Let's see what these strategy cards are first. Transportation. Move all of your campaigners to any region without paying buttons, and then take a campaign action. Ooh, okay, that's strong. Bellwether state, I get to claim a state. Remove all of an opponent's cubes and then claim a state. So that could be good for Kentucky, but I might be able to take care of that a different way. And then Eye on the Future, playable if in turn 5 or 6. Look through the draw deck and select 1 card and play for its event immediately. Then reshuffle your draw deck. So that's about to be soon. So I'm just gonna try to win the strategy phase to claim that instead. All right. So transportation is my card because that card is pretty dang strong, and I'm gonna play Texas. I'm gonna play Texas right now. That's my card. What card did I play? Oh, I played Southern Strategies over here. I see. I'm playing Texas. Texas says add 6 influence, no more than 2 per state. Anywhere on the map. Anywhere on the map? Oh, South region. Okay, that's fine. So I don't really care what colors go where because we're about to win one. I'll just win these 3. 1, 2, 3. So win South Carolina, win Mississippi, and win Arkansas. And that brings my total up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Trying to keep pace. Trying to keep pace. It's a race to the finish. All right, I'm all done. That was a pretty impactful move there. The Southern strategy has definitely helped. Unfortunately, the South is rising again. Speaking of which, the next card is the Great 1906 San Francisco Earthquake. Playable if there's at least 1 yellow or purple in California. There is. Remove all yellow and purple from California. The suffragist player loses 1 button. What? Come on, man. Oh, man. All right. Well, that hurts. Okay. I'm not happy about that, but it could always be worse. All right, I need to fight for California again. That's crappy. Okay, there are 3 buttons I don't have, and the Civil War is not in play, so... Ida B. Wells Barnett allows me to add 2 influence in Illinois and 1 in each region in the Midwest. I need to get the Midwest under control. Actually, I need to get the Plains under control, too. Carrie Chapman Cat allows me to add, or get 2 buttons and add 1 influence of 1 state of each region. I got my cards that let me roll d6s and add 2 influence anywhere, no more than 2 per state, so I'm gonna hold on to those for a second. But we're gonna do Ida B. Wells Barnett, and we're gonna receive 2 buttons. Sorry, I wanna read the history on this one. So it says receive 2 buttons and add 2 influence in Illinois, and 1 in each other state in the Midwest region. And the text here says, an anti-lynching activist and journalist, Wells Barnett helped pass the Illinois Suffrage Act, which gave black and white women the right to vote in 1914. Crazy it took so long. Okay, so we're adding 2 in Illinois. It's IL, right? Oh, this is add 2. I can choose. I'll add 2 yellows. And 1 in each other region. So I'll do purple here, purple there. We'll do yellow in Michigan. And then we'll cancel, and that's it. Okay. So it's my turn. Next up for the Oppobot, we're going to do Senator Cotton Ed Smith. There are no more pillars, so therefore we're going to do a campaign action. Very dangerous times. We're going to roll our traditional red and blue to figure out where they're moving to. So this one's going to be blue. This one's going to be red. 6 and 5, so they're staying over here in the north. So this one's moving to 6. This one's moving to 5. So they might be able to claim Kentucky. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. All right, swap these dice. Okay, let's figure out where they're dropping. Oh, wrong dice. So this is going to be blue and black. 2 and 3. So, oh, I got to figure out where they're putting them. Okay, yeah, that's right. Okay, so 2 for blue. Oh, no, 2 for black. And then 3 for blue. And now I got to figure out where they're putting them. 8 and 3. So 3 here, which 3 is Virginia, West Virginia, okay. And then 8 is New Jersey. So 2 in Jersey and 3 in West Virginia. So I really need to get my butt in gear there. That's getting problematic. They got 2 states ready to fall, and I really need them to not fall, please. Okay, so that's all done. Okay, all right. Stressful things. Let me change our music, 'cause maybe a music change will help me stay afloat. Also, I can take a sip of water. Sip of water it is. Okay, so continuing on with our stuff, I have my turn. So, this is becoming really bad. So I have a card. I have Pennsylvania. Allows me to add 6 influence in the region. Do I have anything that can affect that area? Oh, actually, no. I think I don't. But I think this is where I'm playing one of my big cards. So I'm gonna go ahead and play. This card, which is Emil Pankhurst. As long as I'm gonna roll 2d6s and then add that number of influence anywhere, no more than 2 per state. I'm gonna use this to try to reclaim this area, and then I'm gonna double up by playing Pennsylvania. And Pennsylvania will allow me to hopefully claim more stuff. So we'll see how this pans out. I could also just campaign over there, to be honest. I'm not going to, but I could. I think it's better for me to play the card for its effect, unless I want to send all my campaigners over there. Campaigning will let me possibly claim some more locations, but I want to hold off on that for a second. So we are going to we're going to go ahead and do some stuff over here. So we're rolling 2 d6s. I'm going to roll the 2 red d6s it instructs me to. Hopefully I get a good roll. I'll take 10. I don't want to be pushy. 10 is good. So I get 10 influence to place across the map, no more than 2 per location. And, 1 second. Hopefully. Okay, all right, so sorry, I sent the message. All right, cool, thank you. And back to our regularly scheduled stream. So what was I doing? Oh, I rolled 10. Okay, so I got to place 10 influence. So no more than 2 per state. So we are definitely gonna tackle where we need to. So we're 2, 4, 6, 8, and we can claim 2 locations. So we're gonna claim. I want to claim Alabama, and I want to claim Virginia. So we're claiming Alabama, we're claiming Virginia with our last 2. And that was here. And then I'm going to double that up by playing Pennsylvania, so I can clear out the rest of that. Pennsylvania is going to allow me to add 6 influence in the Atlantic Appalachia region, no more than 2 per state. So what I'm going to do with that, oh man, actually I forgot about that, hold on. Maybe I don't want to do that. Do I have a Midwest one? I don't. I have one for the West region. I have one for the Northeast. Okay, let's do the, no, yeah, let's go ahead and play this, because I want to clear this out. I want to clean this up. So we're going to do this. We're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to do 2 here, 5, 6. So 6. Okay. No, we're going to do 1 here, 1 here. So 1 in North Carolina, 1 in Tennessee. Purple in North Carolina, a yellow in Tennessee, and we're done. So that card is now out of the game. Okay, that was exciting. I gotta update our count here, but I feel like I'm chugging along. I'm just waiting for the other shoe to drop, and I know it will. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we got 9, and they have 2. So we're moving. Okay, so all into the Oppo bots. Flipping over card is going to be Western Saloons push suffrage veto. Place 2 reds in Arizona and 1 in each New Mexico, Nevada, and Utah. Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. 2 in Arizona, and then 1 in where? New Mexico, Nevada, and Utah's been claimed, so none there. Okay, I have my Utah card, so I can basically reverse all that. So I think I want to try to focus here if I can. So we're gonna do our Alice, Paul, and Lucy Burns. This one says, Paul and Burns formed the National Women's Party, which used militant tactics and racist strategies to win suffrage. Oh, boo, racist strategy. I'm telling you, white supremacy is just it's through the entire theme of our country. It's like, how can you be so supreme and so superior if you have to keep putting down people around you? Can't you just be good and better then? Ugh, it's so crazy. I'll never understand the sickness that is white supremacy in our country. Especially in these time periods, but it's like, oh, we're so much better. Yeah, you're so much better that you gotta put down somebody instead of just compete with them on a merit base. And a meritocracy is supposed to be a joke, by the way, so I can rant about this forever. Anyway, let's get back into the game. So we're gonna roll 2 d6s. I'm gonna roll the same 2 d6s I rolled earlier. I just want to keep the dice lords happy. 6 and 3, that's 9. I'll take 9. I'm not gonna re-roll that. 9 is pretty good. So that's these 2, and I need so I rolled that, and we're gonna play Utah to undo it, right? That's what we're doing? Or do we want to claim states? Yeah, we're gonna play Utah, and we're gonna clear this. So we're gonna clear those with our 6, and we're gonna use our 9. Let's see, we need to win stuff. So we can get North Carolina, because we can place no more than 2 per region, no more than 2 per state. Yeah. So we're gonna claim North Carolina. So that's 2. And then we're gonna put 1 here. So 3. We're gonna claim Ohio. And then 4, 5 in New York. And then 6, 7 in Illinois. And I have 2 more. I don't like the power centers happening here. So I'm gonna use the last 2 that I have to cancel. I wanna stall. They can still win it outright, but they need to roll a 4, but it's still possible. I know. Sometimes it's better to like just build a bulwark and then make it a little bit easier for myself in the future. But this is how I'm planning on surviving here. Okay, that was my entire turn here for the Utah. Alice, Paul, and Lucy Burns, but I used the Utah card at the same time. So now we're back over to the Applebot. Applebot's going to flip, and Applebot's going to do Xenophobia. Remove all yellow cubes from 2 states with the most. And then remove all purple cubes from 2 states with the most. Oh my gosh, they're wiping out my board. So that's 1, and then with the most. So when I don't know how the bot chooses. Do I get to choose? What happens when there's a tie? Let's see. Applebot will always, no, that's not what we're looking for. I'm assuming it's random. Okay, so a card will also not be played as an event if doing so would provide no benefit. This occurrence is rare, and the occasion that the text directs the cubes to place in one region, but all of the states in that region have checks or X's to reflect as being ratified or rejected. Okay, no, that's not what I was looking for. I'm gonna make a call and say it's gonna be random. So it's gonna be random. So they choose randomly. They choose 2 randomly. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I lost count of that. Okay, let's see. We got different numbers. We got 1, 3, 7, 5. Sure. Okay, we'll do 1, 3, 7, 5. There's we'll roll d8s until we get there. So first one is gonna be 3. Okay. Next one is gonna be 3 again. 6. No 6. 8. No 8. So 1, 5, 7. 5. All right, that was mean, but it's okay. I've been mean this whole time, so it's fine, I suppose. Okay, so there's only one button available over there. I have a card that lets me receive a button, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a campaign action. I'm going to do transportation first. Move all your campaigners to any region without paying any buttons, then take a campaign action. So, oh, actually, hold on. No, I shouldn't do that. I need to claim more states. What's my count? 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm at 13. They're still at 2. I've been fighting hard to try to keep them low, and it's wearing on me because we're almost towards the end of the game. But I think because I have these cards that let me draw 2 cards and then play a card, and I have 3 of them, and those can be pretty strong. It's wild, but that might allow me to get something that needs to spin buttons, and then I can play my other card to get the 2 buttons back, and then maybe just maybe get something good. So we're gonna play our Ohio card, and we're gonna draw 2 from the deck, discard 1 and play the other immediately. So draw 2. So these are our 2 cards that we're choosing from. So we got Mary Louise Bontenu Baldwin, and then we also have Ziklaska Sa. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm just trying. I attempted. Both these are being native persons. So we have Baldwin, a member of the Turtle Mountain Band of Chippewa Indians, marched in the 1913 women's suffrage procession and impressed President Wilson to support suffrage. And the other card says a member of the Yankton Sioux Nation, Zigsa Sa, fought for suffrage and Indian citizenship. Cool. All right, so what do these do? So the card on the left says, for the remainder of the turn, roll d6s instead of d4s when taking a campaign action. A little late for that. I'm a little mad that showed up just now, but a little late. Okay, and the other one says add 2 in North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska, Montana, and Wyoming. That's actually perfect. North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska, and Wyoming. That's actually a golden card. Yes, we want that. All right, there is no plains card for me, but I'll take that. So that gives me a lot of power over here, and gives me what was that, 8? It gives me 8 cubes place. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 cubes place. Oh my gosh. All right, we're doing that. So add 2 in each of North Dakota. We'll keep it even. We'll do 1 and 1 because I don't know what cards are going to show up. South Dakota. So we'll keep the yellow alive over here. Nebraska. We'll do 2 purples. Oh, there's just 1 purple then. And then Montana. Oh, Montana's there. We'll do 2 purples for Montana. And then Wyoming, we'll do 2 yellows. I'm just trying to keep myself nice and spread here. All right, so that was our fancy card. Now we're going to be playing. I didn't do anything that required dice rolls though. Shucks. Okay, that's fine. Now we're going to go ahead and do this, which is receive 2 buttons and then add 1 influence in 1 state of each region. Now I can either get that last button. It's only 1 button left, or I can do a campaign instead. If I do a campaign, I can get like a lot more. Hopefully a bigger foothold on the board. I feel like I've been doing a reasonable job trying to control the space, but I feel like, the extra button would be nice. The 1 person anywhere would be reasonable, but the presence of the opposition has been greatly diminished because of my aggression against them. So I feel like I need to do a campaign action to like kind of press the advantage, So we're discarding this as a campaign card. That's what I'm saying. And now we're discarding this as a campaign card. We get to campaign. We really need to get this going. This has been stalling, doing nothing. We want to like press our advantage here. Down here in the south, I want these 2 as well. I need everything I can get. I want these 2 as well, but I'm more concerned about getting a presence here and getting this fought back. So, and also there's a campaigner up here in the northeast, and I'm a little afraid of that. So the question is, do I move these campaigners. I mean, this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 locations, I feel like she needs to stay there. And then I think I am moving her over into the plains. So we're gonna deal with that. And at best, we might be able to claim a spot over here. We really need to build our presence up over here. And over here, we need to do something. So we're spread out pretty thin. It would be better if I just focus my power. Oh, I need to spin a button for that, sorry. It would be better if we kind of focused our power. Like maybe send 2 campaigners here to get this. Actually, now I'm thinking about loud. Yeah, I need to do that. I'm gonna send 2 campaigners here to hopefully get this like done. Like I need this done. Like the sooner I can stop worrying about over here, the more I can start worrying about over there. The sooner I can start worrying about more over there. So we're gonna roll California first. This campaigner, she's getting a 1. I'll deal with it. I'll just accept it. I wanna preserve my buttons. We are gonna put this one in. It matters, but it doesn't matter. We'll put it in California. We already had the great shake, so it's fine. And then over here, we're rolling 2 d4s. So we got a 4 and a 2. We got 6. Nice. Okay, so we're gonna claim Tennessee with 3, and then we'll put our other 3. We'll spread it out. So we're claiming Tennessee now. So that's 3. And then we're gonna spread out amongst the rest. Because we're in protection mode. We're trying to protect our hold. Let's do Maryland. Okay, so that's where we're at. We are at that. So that was my last card, Applebot last card. They're gonna do a threat to the idea of womanhood. Ooh, oh, they're not gonna play it. Play if it's round 1 or round 2 of the current turn. It is not. For the remainder of the turn, suffrages player does blah, blah, blah. So no, this is gonna be a campaign action for the bot. Again, campaign actions are so dangerous. I can't emphasize how dangerous campaign actions are for the bot. It doesn't seem like it's been dangerous so far, but trust me, it is. It's just very dangerous because they can just claim a spot immediately and just turn the game just so fast. We'll do blue and red. I would like for them to stay in this area. Like if they go to the south and the Atlantic, that'll be perfect. We got one staying, so he's staying there, and this one's moving to California. No, stay away from California. Go away. Shoo. Shoo. All right, whatever. All right, let's figure out where they're putting their influence. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 locations. I'm gonna make that 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they're targeting here. Here we got the whole thing available, so we figure out where they're targeting. They're targeting 5, so Nevada. All right, and let's figure out where they're going. Let's figure out how many they're putting, I mean. So we'll do at the same time. So this is blue, this is black. Ooh, I don't like that. They claimed Delaware immediately. Ah, I knew it was gonna happen. I knew it was gonna happen. It was a matter of time. Delaware's gone. Delaware has fallen. They're at 3 of 13. And Nevada is on its way. Nevada is on its way. Okay. All right, that's it for this turn. All right. So we are done. We move on to the next. We got a card to play for the bot. Let me just put this. I'm just gonna put this on top of their deck. That way I just flip it and it's like, oh yeah, there's that card. Okay, there we go. Boom, easy. Okay, so we draw 6 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got the West Awakening card. That's going to be add 2 influence in each state in the West region. Oh, we got some stuff for the West and the Mid. Oh man, this is good. We got some more buttons coming our way too. Okay. All right, this is looking reasonable. Now, speaking of buttons, I got a billion buttons right now. I have a indulgence of buttons, a gaggle of buttons, if you will. So because of this gaggle of buttons, I think I want to spend 4. I want to be. I don't want to underestimate the Applebot's ability to like screw me over. We're going all in. We're going 4. Actually, we should go 5. We should just guarantee it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I got 6 buttons. So if I guarantee it, I get one of these cards for sure. This one says playable if it's turn 5 or 6, which it is. Look through the draw deck and add or select one card and play the event immediately. Then reshuffle your draw deck. That's pretty strong. This one is add 2 influence in 1 state of each region. National focus is kind of nice. That can give me 1 state. Never mind. It's not as strong as I wanted it to be. Bellwether state lets me just claim a location. I like these. I like the national focus card. So because I like national focus card, I mean, what is it? There's a 25% chance I don't get a card. Eye on the Future is really good too. It lets me basically choose my next action card for my deck. I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna risk it. Well, hold on. How many buttons am I getting back? I'm getting 2, 4. I'm getting 4 buttons back. So that's not all of them, and I'm probably gonna spend a few because I got some rolls going on here. I don't know, guys. I don't know. All right, we'll risk it. We'll risk it. Yes. Okay. We preserved a button. They didn't roll a 4, so we do get a strategy card. We're gonna take Eye on the Future, and we're definitely gonna be playing that here in a second. So, woo. All right. If I do a bunch of campaigning, I can do some very strong stuff. So I think I want to do Eye on the Future now, before I do my stuff. Let me double check state and strategy cards. I played it. I said it earlier. It was before or after your turn, but not both. I don't know if. Let me see. When playing a claim state or strategy card, the player may play the claim card before or after. Okay. Playing a card from their hand. The text on the card is read and resolved, similar to you play an event card. After play, the card is removed from the game. A player may only play 1 state or strategy card per round. And again, a round is a card play, not a turn. A turn is the round. Confusing, I know, but still. Okay, so that is good. I did get the things that I wanted, so I think we're in a really timidly good spot. Oh man, reconsideration. Replace 1 X with 2 influence, or 1 check with 2 red influence. Ooh, that's nice. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and play Eye on the Future first because we got some cards. I'm not gonna really read them out what they do. We're doing Eye on the Future though, and we get to look through our deck. It says it's turn 5. So it says look through your draw deck and select 1 card and play the event immediately. Then reshuffle your draw deck. So we're gonna do that. We got some good stuff. We can skip the rest of the middle cards and get straight to the late stuff. Man, that's the one I wanted. This one says for the remainder of your turn, roll d6s instead of d4s for your campaign action. That's the one I wanted. Mary McLeod Bethune, roll 2 d8s, remove that number of red influence anywhere, no more than 2 per state. Woman of World War I, playable if war in Europe is in effect. Add 10 influence anywhere, no more than 2 per state. Oh, actually, the World War card is about to start, isn't it? That's this card, isn't it? Yeah, war in Europe. They're about to do this. So can I cancel that? Is there a card to cancel that, or is it just that card? Let me see. Spin 4 buttons to select and place in front of you 1 available strategy card. Ooh, that's a good one. Woodrow Wilson's a good one. Add 1 pillar into Congress, receive 4 buttons. Add 2 pillars into Congress. Roll 2 d8s and then place that number of influence anywhere, no more than 2 per state. That's Mary Church Terrell. Victory map. Add 1 influence in each state in the West and Plains region, and add 1 in each of Texas, Arkansas, Illinois, Michigan, New York, and Vermont. That's crazy. Procession for suffrage. For the remainder of the turn, roll a d8 instead of a d6 when taking a lobby action. Oh, that's useless. I don't need to do that. 18th Amendment. Roll a d6. On a roll of a 3 through 6, add 1 pillar into Congress and receive 2 buttons. I don't care about that. Draw 2 cards from your draw deck, discard 1 and play the other card for his event immediately. I mean, looking at all of these things here, the only card that really sounds great. Oh man, the Woman of World War I can't play that yet because the war in Europe is not in effect. Shoot. Okay, so Prison Tour Special is like kind of the best card. It lets me have my campaign cards. They roll d6s instead of d8s, so I can possibly get more influence dropped at once. I can also get Women's Trade Union League, which allows me to add my last campaigner. sorry, allows me to add my last campaigner, which is the last yellow one there. The unfortunate thing is that she adds 1 pillar into Congress, which is useless, but I get 2 buttons. So I think that might be the one I go for. Actually, no, because I want a campaign. All right, yeah, I'm gonna hope that card shows up soon, but I'm gonna play this card, Prison Tour Special. Prison Tour Special says when I do a campaign action, I roll d6s, so I can possibly place a max of 18 around. So we're gonna go for Prison Tour Special. We're shuffling our deck, and shuffling the deck is crazy because like if you shuffle this deck early in the game, oh, that's crazy. Shuffling the deck. Oh, that's why it says Eye on the Future has to be round 5 or 6. Never mind. Because it's only late cards left in the deck. So yeah, I've drawn all the middle cards. It's spaced out such that I've drawn all of the middle cards. So there's only late cards left. So that's shuffled, and I'm playing Prison Tour Special. For the remainder of the turn, roll d6s instead of d8s, or sorry, d6s instead of d4s when taking a campaign action. So that's cool. And now I get to play my normal card. I've already played a strategy card, strategy/state card. So this one says receive 2 buttons and then add 2 influence in California, Nevada. Ooh, Nevada, yes, and Arizona. I want to do this. I also want a campaign. Can I just campaign? The Civil War has not come up. That's unfortunate. I've been holding on to that card for so long. Jeanette Rankin, her card is almost useless, but she does give me a lot of influence in the Plains region, which I can hit that pretty hard. Actually, you know what? We're playing that card. Yeah, we're playing Jeanette Rankin. So Jeanette Rankin, part of her card is a little bit ineffective, but we roll a d6, and on a 3 through 6, we add 1 pillar into Congress and 4 in Montana, which is already lost. Oh no, Montana's up here. Sorry, 4 in Montana. And so we claim Montana, and then 2 in each other region, the Plains region, which means that we claim 2 more, and we have a lot more that are at risk of being taken by us. So I think that's our move. So we're gonna go ahead and roll a d6. I can try to set it up by playing another card instead, and then do that later. But I don't want to risk this falling out of the current state it's in. No. Hold on. Nevada might fall. I'm just gonna call it out. Nevada might fall. All right, so we're gonna roll a d6. We rolled a 6. Hey, so we get a pillar in Congress, doesn't matter. And then we add 4 influence in Montana, so we claim Montana. Montana. And then we add 2 influence in each of the Plains regions, so we're claiming North Dakota. We're claiming Wyoming. Oh, sorry, drop cubes out of. Sorry, just dropping everything now. We're claiming Wyoming. And we're putting two in everywhere else. So I gotta decide what colors. So I want to keep it even because, like I said, I don't want any surprises. So we're just gonna do 1 and 1 of each. This is each other region, right? Yeah, each other state. Okay, I think that's all placed. All right, so that gives me a good boost. I'll count my number. I think I just added 3 more, but let me just count all together. So I'm at 17. Okay, that is it. So now we're over to the Applebot. Applebot is going to do War in Europe. Oh, there's a hair in there. Oh, no. Oh, it's in the card. Oh, no. Come on, hair. I'm trying to make a debut on TV. Okay, so War in Europe says play if turn 5, round 1. Remove 1 pillar for Congress, none to remove. For the remainder of the turn, the suffragist player must pay 1 button in order to take a campaign action. That's not great, but okay. Oh, this card is... No, Prison Tour Special still in play. So that's unfortunate. All right, so those 2 are in effect. So War in Europe is in effect. I gotta pay 1 button to take a campaign action. That's good to know. Let me just put my buttons on this. Just put like a few buttons on it. because I'm going to campaign hopefully at least 3 times. Okay, so now we're over to my turn. We got the draw 2 cards from the deck and then play 1 immediately. So we have like 2 of those in our hand, and I want to get into the motion of playing those. I also want to get New York, or sorry, the Northeast, like all claimed, and I have a New York card. And regional focus allows me. Oh, regional focus. Oh, that can claim this. Oh man, I can do some nasty work there. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do regional focus. So we're gonna do regional focus. Add 1 influence into each state of our region. And regional focus allows us to claim 1, 2, 3 locations plus get 2 more at risk. So I'm gonna do it that way. Now, alternatively, I could use regional focus to put it up here, which I think might be more lucrative. But this is already ready to fall, and I need like confirms. I need to confirm. The more confirms I can get, the better. And I'll do a yellow for the last one here. So I'm claiming these 3. And we are claiming those 3, so that's going to be from 17 up to 20. Still a long journey, man, I'm telling you. 20. Okay. And that is my... Oh, that was just a regional focus. That was my strategy card. I didn't even play a normal card. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, man. Okay. So now playing a normal card. I can do West Awakening. Oh no, I want more buttons. I'm going to do Maria de Lopez. Receive 2 influence. Oh, sorry. Receive 2 buttons and then add 2 influence in each of California, Nevada, and Arizona. We're doing that. So receiving 2 buttons. And then receive 2 influence in each of California. We'll put purple. Nevada, remove those 2. And Arizona. Okay. So that is good. Good for me for now. So let's go to the next card for Applebot. 1918 Pandemic. If it's round 1 or 2 of the current turn, remove a pillar from Congress. For the remainder of the turn, the suffragists must spin 1 button to play a card as an event. So do these stack? Please don't tell me these stack. These can't stack. I don't believe you. I don't think these stack. Because the text of it says the player must spin 1 button in order to take a campaign action. Okay, now I gotta go look it up. Does that stack? Ain't no way that stacks. If that stacks, I'm so mad. Because it took me so long to get all these buttons. Ugh. All right, I'm looking this up on Board Game Geek. This question has to have come up. Does it stack? This is probably the one reason why people go to the forums, huh? Okay, so yep, 1918 Pandemic and a threat to the ideal of womanhood. The 2 cards do not stack. The 2 cards do not stack. So if both are in play, the suffragist does not have to pay 2 buttons to play the event or play a card as an event. The suffragist player would only pay 1 button to play a card as an event. Hence, okay, so it's talking about 2 different ones. Oh wait, was that events? Oh, that's different. I see. Okay, that says remove 1 pillar from Congress. For the remainder of the turn, I have to pay 1 button to play an event, and this is I have to pay 1 button to do a campaign action. Oh man, that sucks. All right. Well, this is a unfortunate situation. I have to pay a button to do any actions that I want to do, essentially, because I don't want to campaign to Congress. That's a waste of a turn. Congress has already sent it back to the states. What's the other action I can do? I can do a lobbying action. I can do a campaign action. I can do an organizing action. Organizing action, what is that? When a card is played as an organizing action, the player takes as many buttons as they have campaigners in play. Oh, I didn't know that was a thing. Okay. Then the card is placed in the discard pile. Oh, that's cool. Good to know. I didn't know that was an action. Man, I've been playing this game with like my hand tied behind my back. All right, but I feel like I've adapted accordingly. But still. Okay. Well, that's not great. Okay, so on to my turn. I got to think about this because my events just became more expensive. So this one allows me to add 2 influence in each of Wisconsin, Minnesota, Iowa, North Dakota, and South Dakota. So North Dakota, South Dakota is already claimed. Wisconsin. Wisconsin, where's Wisconsin? Where's Wisconsin? Wisconsin. Wait. Okay, let's try it again. Wisconsin, Minnesota. Minnesota's claimed. Iowa, which is IA, and then North Dakota, South Dakota. So that's kind of I'm placing 4 influence for that. So that's kind of a waste. So this one's received 2 buttons and then add 1 influence in each state of each region. Or sorry, 1 state of each region. I think it might be time to do transportation. Man, I'm having a hard time. I'm having a hard time trying to figure out. So this one is for the remainder of the turn, the suffragist player must spin 1 button to play a card as an event. So it's a card. Is a card the same as a state or a strategy card? Oh, it is, because they're called cards. Right, that makes sense. Oh no, someone asked the exact question I wanted to ask. My opponent played the Ohio State card, which reads draw 2 cards and then from your deck, and then discard 1 card and play the other events immediately. Do they have to pay 1 button to have that in effect? They never answered it. Oh man, he never answered the question. No. Oh wait, didn't answer it in this thread. I don't know. What is it? 1918 pandemic? I'm gonna just look up 1918. Oh, whoops. I feel like all the questions are around 1918 pandemic. So 1918 pandemic. It says. Oh, nice. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So somebody asked a question of, does the 1918 pandemic make you have to spin a button to play a state or a strategy card? And then Kevin, the designer of the game, or the person who runs Fort Circle, Kevin Bertram says, no, the suffragist player does not need to spin a button to play a claimed state or strategy card. Thank goodness. Thank goodness, because I was going to be very upset. I mean, it's inconvenient. I have the button income, but just because I can pay for it doesn't mean I want to do it. All right, so I can play a strategy card without having to do a thing. Now, the problem with that is that transportation, it says move all of your campaigners to any region without paying any buttons and take a campaign action. So, and it says anytime I do a campaign action, I have to pay a button. So I think I can still play this card without paying for it for the event, but I still have to pay a button for the campaign action that lets me do. So the question is, do I want to wait until next turn to do that? Or do I want to go ahead and just try to claim some names now? Because I can try to overload, send all of my campaigners into one location and just try to super take it over. That's a thing. Now, I didn't see the Civil War show up, and I have an early card. Play about the Civil War's in effect, roll a d6, and then do that. I think the Civil War card is gone. I don't think it's in the game. So it looks like the Civil War card is not here, so I can let that card go. I just got to figure out what I want to do now. So now that I know I can play a state card or a strategy card without worrying about that, I think what I want to do is I want to do... And yeah, I think I still have to pay for the events that I play for this. So draw 2 cards. So I'm playing California. I'm drawing 2 cards, and then I discard 1 and I play the other for his event immediately. So I have to pay a button still. So the 18th Amendment, roll a d6, and I don't want that one. Voter registration. The suffrage player rolls a d8 instead of a d6 during front of. I don't want either of these. These are both not good. I guess the 18th Amendment makes the most sense. It gives me 2 buttons. I have to roll a 3 through 6. Now I never pay attention to this, so I need to get the roll. I need to like succeed in the roll before I get that. So, you know what? I lied. I'm gonna do voter registration just in case it goes late game. I'm just gonna do voter registration. The suffragist player rolls a d8 instead of a d6 for final voting, just in case it goes to late game. I'm hoping that it doesn't get to late game, but it might. I have to pay a button for that. Okay, so that was my state card. Now I can play another card. I really want something that gives me like a bunch. Oh, actually, yeah, debate us. No, that lets me remove stuff. Shucks. Okay, this is Wisconsin, Minnesota, Iowa, North Dakota, South Dakota. That's useless. Add 2 influence into each state in the West region. We're doing that. The West Awakening. So the West Awakening, which has the art of the board game, the front of the box on it. Add 2 influence into each state in the West region. That's going to be great because it lets me kind of get control back over this, claim 2 locations, and then have pole position for some more claims later. And it says the earliest suffrage victories were in Western states where lower levels of diversity, and the rise of pro-suffrage populist party fueled change. That's interesting. Lower levels of diversity and the rise of pro-suffrage populist party fueled change. So I had to spin a button for that. And I'm going to add 2 influences each region. So I'm claiming California and I'm claiming Arizona. And then I'm putting 2 influence in everywhere else. I want to keep it nice and even for everything. I let yellow dominate though. Because I don't know what's going to happen with the late game stuff. So that's my action here for the turn. Now we're moving on to Applebot. Applebot's going to flip a card, and Applebot's going to be Senator William Borah. So there are no pillars, so therefore we are going to campaign. That's right, the pain is being camped. All right, let's get our campaigners moving. So we'll do blue and red. Again, I would love for them to stay over here and over there. I do not need them walking into places where I'm working on. 5 and 2. All right, I'll take it. Yeah, 5 and 2 is fine. So 5 stays there, and then 2 walks over here. All right, and there's only 2 places you can target, and here there's only 3 places you can target. So we will make that a d6 roll. So we're gonna roll a d6. So this is gonna be odd even. So odd even. So he's going to be targeting here, and then this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they're aiming for Kentucky. Okay. All right. How many influence? We'll do blue and black. 3 and 2. So 3, 2. So they're adding 3 in here, so they're canceling all of mine. Darn. Knew Oklahoma's gonna betray me. And 2 over here, and they're adding 2 in Kentucky, so they're getting 1 total. All right, the Midwest is looking pretty empty too. I need to get on that. I need to get on my job. Okay, all right. So that's their turn. So now we're going back over to me. I think I want to campaign. I want to play transportation. No, I want to save transportation for later. I do want to campaign though. So I'm gonna play Virginia, and it's gonna let me to draw 2 cards from the deck, and then discard 1 to play the other. I'm trying to get the card that lets me get stuff better, but I need to campaign. So this one says Dr. Mabel Pingha Lee. Roll 2d8 and then add that number of influence anywhere no more than 2 per state. That's a phenomenal card. The young woman citizen. Draw 2 cards from your deck, discard 1, and play the other for his event immediately. I don't care about that one. I want the influence. So we're gonna have to pay a button, and we play this card for the event, and we're rolling 2d8s. Oh, we're spinning a button to reroll that. Now I'm starting to run low of buttons. I'm a little worried now. I might need to start playing some cards. Okay, I'll take 9. I mean, it's more than it's. I don't want to. My dice rolls have been pretty reasonable, but I don't want to lose too many buttons, especially since I need to pay a button for everything I do. So we're placing influence. We're placing 9. This is from the bonus card, and then we got to play do another card. So we're placing 9. No more than 2 per state. So can I claim stuff? So I can do 2, 4, 6, and I have 3 left. 8. So I can, oh, and 9. Okay, cool. Yeah, we're doing that. So we're claiming 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 locations. I should have left those cubes there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 locations claimed. So we're trying to clean up the game. So that was I dropped the cube. I don't know where it went. That was not the end of my turn. That was just a cube. Where did it? Oh man. It's a purple cube too. I can't see anything. All right. Well, it'll show up eventually. So it might come back to. I might step on it. Hurt myself. Oh, I see it. It's right there in the shadows. Found it. Okay. All right. So that was my 9. Now I go to my normal turn. I got to pay a button to do the event. I want to do Equality League of Self-Supporting Women. It gives me 2 buttons. So I'm getting a net gain of 1 button, and allows me to put 1 influence in each state, or 1 state of each region. Which all that really does is just kind of give me a button. I just earned a button to put some influence on the board, so that's fine. Again, we're trying to keep it even, because I don't know how bad this is going to get. So 1 here, 1 here, 1 up here. Man, this place is empty. We'll go for Michigan. And then 1 here, we'll cancel that. I'm being very deliberate at trying to cancel anytime I can. Cancel what my opponent has, because I know that the moment that I leave like 1 cube there, they're gonna like just bum rush me, just take it over. Okay, so that was my turn. We got 2 more actions left here in this round. It is a very expensive turn. I have not campaigned yet, but I'm gonna campaign. I just wanted to try to get some other stuff in play. All right, so Applebot's gonna go. And we're going to do anti-suffrage riots. The suffrage player must discard 2 cards from their hand at random and then draw 2 cards from the suffrage draw deck. I don't like that at all. I had plans. Oh my gosh, that's rough. So I have to discard 2 randomly. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4. Oh no. Oh, debate us, you cowards. I mean, it's still not great. Oh, 2 at random. 1 more. So odd, even, odd. Union victory, perfect. All right, that's an early game card. All right, so I kept my other card, which I kind of wanted. Add 2. Oh no, I didn't care about any cards in my hand actually. This is actually not bad. 1, 2. So 1918 midterm elections. That's a pillar for Congress, and then procession of suffrage. For the remainder of the turn, roll d8s instead of d6s for lobby actions. Both of these are useless. Okay. All these cards in my hand are quite useless. All right, well, looks like I'm campaigning finally. So we're going to try to do a double campaign. We might be able to wrap this up. Oh, actually, let me count. I have not been keeping track of count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. At 27. I need 10 more, or 9 more. All right, I need 9 more. Just chugging along. Okay, so we want to campaign. We're gonna campaign. We're gonna discard procession of for suffrage. We got to pay a button. Oh, actually, before we do, we're gonna do transportation. We're gonna campaign first. because I like my people where they are, and then I can use transportation to campaign again. So we're gonna discard procession for suffrage, and we're going to campaign. We did not spin a button yet, I don't think. So we're gonna spin a button, and now we're spinning a button because we're campaigning, and now I am going to campaign. So we're rolling d6s instead of d8s. I don't think I have enough d6s. Oh yes, I do. Okay, so we'll make these 2 red die, and then this one blue die. So these 2 are red, this one's blue. I mean, what is that? 8? 8 out of 16 possible, or 8 out of 16 possible, or 18 possible. Yeah, we're gonna spin the button. Well, no, because I'm campaigning twice. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna spin a button. I'm gonna stick with this, because we're gonna campaign twice. Because we're gonna do transportation here in a second. Oh my gosh. Okay. One second. Okay, all right, sorry, this is like messages. All right, continuing on, we have to place influence. Oh, right. Okay, so this is, so 5 over there, 3 over here. So the 3 is a little bit wasted, that's unfortunate. So I wish the dice rolls were a little bit different, but we're gonna claim Nevada. And then over here, we got 4 and 1, so we have 5. We can claim one of those 2. And then, yes, we'll put 3 in Maryland. So we're claiming Maryland. Actually, I'm gonna claim West Virginia first. We're claiming West Virginia, so that's 3. And then we're gonna put 1 in Maryland and 1 in Kentucky. So we're going up by 1. So we're at 28. All right, and that's that. So now I do my actual turn, and my actual last turn here. Because sorry, now I'm doing transportation, that's what's happening. So now I'm playing transportation, move all of your campaigners without paying any buttons, and then I get to take a campaign action, which I still have to pay a button for. So I'm moving all my campaigners. I think 1 campaigner here is fine. I think I need to move all of them up northeast. I mean, I really want the Midwest to do better, but I need to, oh man, we got 1 here. I can deal with that later. All right, so we're going 1, 2, and hopefully that 1 purple can deal with that down there. And I want to try to keep a variety up here. So I need, how many more do I need? I'm at 28. I need 8 more. Let me double check. I'm at 29. Okay, so I need 7 more. So 29, I need 7 more, so I need everything up there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If I get everything up there, then I win. So knowing that if I get everything up there, I win, I'm just gonna send everybody up here. And we're gonna splurge. We're gonna spend it all. We're gonna spend it all. Oh my gosh, and we got the New York card left too, which allows me to add some influence. I can't play right now, but boy, if I could. That is a 9. So I'm gonna spin a button to reroll that. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna spin a button to reroll that. 9 out of 18. All right, I'm sticking with it. I'm not spinning more buttons. That's worse. That's 7. I should have just took 9. I was trying to be greedy. I mean, you know what? Actually, no. You know what? I'll spin one more button. Yeah, we'll spin one more button. We'll do it. Okay, that's 9. All right, we're back to 9. We're keeping 9. We're happy. All right, so we get 9. We're gonna claim New Hampshire. So that's 3. We got 6 left. We're gonna claim New Jersey. So that's 4. So we got 2 left. And then with our last 2, we're gonna do Maine right there. Okay, so we're 2 more added to our coffers. 1, 2, so we're at 31. Oh boy. All right, blood's running. Back over to the Applebot. Let's see, how many cards does Applebot left? Let me make sure I'm all right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I have enough cards. So next card for Applebot, they're going to do American Constitutional League. So they're going to add 2 influence in any 3 states. Okay, so let's figure out what regions. So the West is locked out. The South is available. So just the West is locked out. So we're going to roll all 3 of these dice and figure out where they land. Anything but 1, so 1 has to re-roll. So 2 and 4 are good. 1 can't be claimed. 3. Okay. All right. So these are our rolls. So 3, 2, 4. Sorry, 2, 3, 4. So in 2, they can only go here. So they're adding 2 here. So they're claiming 1 for themselves. And then for 3, they can go here or here. So we're gonna 50-50 it. So it's going to be odd and even. Let me roll the right color die. Odd and even. Odd, so they're going to take this out, put 1 there. 4 is up here in the Midwest. The Midwest is wide open. I'll just roll a normal D8. They rolled a 5, so they're putting 2 here. Okay. All right, so that's their turn. Back over to moi, my last turn for this round. I got New York, so can I win this right now? I'm going to campaign again. Oh, I don't have enough buttons. Oh my gosh. Oh no, I do have enough buttons. Okay, I have exactly 1 button. So I'm going to discard the 1918 midterm elections, and I'm going to do a campaign action. So we're going to spin this button, and we are going to roll our butts off. We need to win all those locations. So we're rolling 3 d6s because we still have our prison tour special. We roll d6s instead of d4s. That's not great. That's 7. No, that's 8. So we can't re-roll. We don't have any buttons. So 8 is what we got. We got an 8. So we're gonna take the 8. We're gonna claim 2. We're gonna claim Vermont and Connecticut. Actually, no. We're not going to claim 2. We have 8. New York allows me to put 2 in 3 different. Sorry. New York allows me to add 2 influence, no more than 2 per state. So knowing that, and I have 8 here, I'm going to do 2, 4, 6, and then my last 2 there, 8. So, and then I'm just going to go ahead and play this card now. So New York, I'm playing it now. So I'm claiming Vermont, claiming Connecticut, claiming Rhode Island, and putting 2. Oh shoot! I don't have that spot yet. Oh no. Okay. Hold on. Let me go back. This is 8. Let me place the cubes. We're gonna try to get a nice mixture here. Trying to keep it nice and diverse. I don't want any last minute cards showing up and scaring me. So we got 4 and 4, and we're gonna pair up. So that's not paired up. Sorry. 2, 4, 6, and 8. Well, we'll do 8. We'll claim Maine. Okay. So that's Maine. And, oh my gosh. Okay, so that's Maine. And now we are going to play New York, and we're going to claim 1, 2, 3, these last 3. Okay. All right, we are not there yet. Actually, are we there? Wait, is that game? That's not game. I don't have enough check marks. What's going on? I'm short by 1 check mark. Oh, the last check mark is victory. But I want to put the check mark. Why can't I get another check mark? What is this? You gave me 35 out of 36 check marks? This game hates me. You gave me enough X's to put 13 X's down. Actually, is that true? Hold on, let me check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, nope. 13, 14. Yeah, they gave me 14 X's. Wow, they gave me more X's than I needed, but they didn't give me enough check marks. Oh, I lied. Sorry, I got them in front of me. I got 3 checks in front of me. I'm sorry. Boy, I was about to rant and complain about that in the review. All right, I'm not ranting and complaining. I had 3 more check marks in front of me. I didn't see them. They were just hiding in plain sight. All right, let's count. We should have 35. Sorry, this is 8. Yep, 35. All right, 35 on the board. We're working through it. We're putting them through it, and they're putting us through it. All right, so that was my last 2 cards. Oh, so that was my last card, and now I have no buttons, so I will not be able to do anything for the bidding phase. Voter suppression. They rolled D8s instead of D6s for the final thing, so that's it. All right, so we're at the end. The Oppo bot will finally claim a strategy card because I can't do jack squat, so we're moving on to the last round. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All these cards will clear. And Applebot, which card do you want? No need to do the thing. No need to belabor it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. They're taking Bellwether State. They're going to add 4 to 2 states determined at random. So they're claiming 2 states at random, possibly less than 2 states, but we're going to randomize this. We have a little bit of wiggle room for this, but I don't like it. So let's roll a d6s first. Anything but 1. So 4 is here, and then 2 is there. So they're claiming Oklahoma. Now this is where the flood over would count. So they're adding 4 here, and what happens is if they're adding more than they need to get an X in the voting stage, they're going to take this remainder and they're going to flood it over into another spot in the region. Because all the regions here are all like cleared up or all claimed, then they won't bleed over. So Oklahoma falls. And the next one is in the Midwest. We gotta figure out which one. Hopefully it's Michigan. It is Ohio's claimed. Ohio's claimed. It is Illinois is claimed. It is Indiana in the middle. So 4 there, that's claimed. Okay, that's it. So that's it. So now we're over to my turn. All I need to do is get my last little bit there. So I'm just gonna, I mean, is there anything even, should I even play anything? Oh, Bellwether State is gone. So I'm just gonna discard a card and then go for it. Because all I need to do is just do one more campaign action. So we're gonna do, oh man, if I roll a 3, I'm gonna be so mad. I'm discarding this card for the action. This is a Farmers for Suffrage. So that's discarded, and I'm rolling 3 d4s. So we're back to d4s. I need at least 4. And got exactly 4. All right, so that's game. I got my last check mark. We did it. We did it. We have successfully brought about women's suffrage. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. So happy that my strategy actually worked. Boy, was it a slow burn though. Man, like look at all these cards I played. These are all the cards I played, not including the ones that are stuck over here. But there's a story here. There's a story here if you go through all the cards and see what order they were played in. There's a story. I'm not going to read the story. I don't care about the story at second. I care about a victory. My first victory. Sorry, you guys didn't know that, but I have exactly 2 full games of this. 1 victory and 1 loss. So this is a victory. I am happy to report that women's suffrage passed with resounding effect. And the crowd went wild. Woo! All right, so votes for women. Let me go and add in my victory here. Me versus Alfred the Automaton. I won. That's right. And it took me about 3 hours to do. That's not bad. With me yapping all the way. Maybe more like 2 hours if you don't yap, like I did. And there we go. Oh, let me take a photo. Oh, no, 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 no. Okay. Take a photo. Look at that board. Look at that map. Look at that map. Look at them cards. Okay. All right, we got that added to the application, and we're happy. All right, so just a post-game discussion. In my previous game, I felt that I was still learning the rules as I was going along, so therefore I played some things inefficiently, and I was like, I see, I should have done this instead. So for this game, I was laser focused on getting every single state card I could possibly grab, every single strategy card I could possibly grab, whether I had to spin a bunch of buttons or not. I did not know about the action of discard a card to just get one button per campaigner. I wish I'd have known about that in my last game, of course, but in this game I found out at a point that didn't matter because I was managing my buttons well enough. My button economy was going pretty well. It was booming, if you will. I feel like going really hardcore at canceling the Applebot's cubes made sense. Because one thing that I noticed, and I'll talk about this in my review too, I don't know how this plays out in like a two-player game, but one thing that I noticed is that the Applebot, and I'm assuming this the opposition player, the Applebot places a lot of cubes in a lot of places, but not a ton. So they place like they cover a wide area, but they don't go as deep. They don't place like multiple, unless they get those strategy cards. If they get like 1 or 2 strategy cards, the whole game changes over. Like you see right here, they got 1 strategy card and they claimed 2 locations immediately. So if I let the Applebot win strategy cards, that's where things start to fall apart for my strategy in general. But it feels like if I just keep fighting them for like the onesies and twosies, that's going to basically make it impossible for them to win because they can never get enough of a foothold to like claim things unless they go super hardcore in the campaigner. But even then, they're rolling d4s. They're not adding a ton at once, and they always add it to one spot. So I can just kind of spread out and just kind of spread my influence. And also on the suffrages player, there are a lot of cards that add like 2 influence a piece in multiple locations. I don't know what the average is, but it feels like the suffrage player has the upper hand if they manage to also get the state cards. I feel like the state cards and the strategy cards are kind of where the game is at. If you can control the state cards and the strategy cards, you can basically do whatever you want. You also have to pair that with being very smart about where you place and where you go. I knew I wanted to try to get the South early because early game, the Applebot fights hard in the South from the looks of it, from my previous playthrough, my one experience playing through it. And as a result, I really wanted to super hardcore go down here and then get the Southern strategy down and just claim everything I could. So I was preparing for that. So I knew that ahead of time. Additionally, I knew that the Western card showed up later, like the West Awakening. That card is pretty strong. Just adding 2 in all of the blue spots for the West is crazy. So I was able to set that up and just basically claim that almost immediately. But this all boils down to me saying, okay, I know the Applebot's going to just basically put a lot of red cubes around here. I need to do everything I can in my power to stop them from getting more than like 3 in a single spot, because that means it's very dangerous for them to just easily claim it once we get the Congress to pass or send the 19th Amendment back to the states. And then after I did that, I kind of managed that. It felt like I didn't have anything on the board, but an empty board is a good board for me because I can put more cubes down than my opponent can. And then on top of that, I got some very well-timed strategy cards that really helped out. So in this particular game, I think it worked out very well with what strategy cards I ended up taking, what state cards ended up coming out, and what cards I ended up having the ability to play. So I guess you could say it came down to reasonable strategy. Is why I won the game. But I also want to emphasize that a lot of that was fought with the opportunity cost loss, or the loss of opportunity. What am I looking for? There was an opportunity cost associated with canceling their cubes versus claiming my own spot. So I really went hardcore on canceling more of their cubes and placing my own cubes because I felt that placing my own cubes could happen in bursts. And because of that, I wanted to cancel as many of their cubes, get an empty state, get an empty board. And then when I got the burst, I tried to pair them up as best I could to get 2 cubes placed in multiple spots and then 2 cubes everywhere here in the West. So I can just basically get 4 cubes at once and just claim that spot. So that to me felt like the appropriate strategy, and that worked out clearly. Also, all things considered, the opposition doesn't have many X's yet. But again, the moment they get 1 or 2 of these strategy cards, the whole game flips turns on top of his head. There's also a card that the Applebot has that can just turn one of my checks into an X. I also have a card that turns one of the X's into a check. Actually, no, I think it's this one. Reconsideration. Turn an X into a check. So that could be a game that could be a card that shows up that prolongs things. I also noticed that the opposition bot stalls towards the end. I don't know if that's by design or just by nature of me having the ability to kind of put cubes everywhere too. but the output bot feels like it slows down towards the end. So I don't know how to feel about that, but at any rate, that's me talking about the strategy and stuff and things that I noticed during my playthrough. This is not the review. I'm gonna go ahead and end this video here, clean up a little bit, and then do my review afterwards. So if you're watching here on Twitch, because I do live stream on Twitch, that's twitch.tv/CulBlu, that's CULBLU. Feel free to check me out there. If you're watching on Twitch, feel free to hang around. I'm gonna do the review and then probably break for food, and then come back and maybe play another game. I don't know. So I'll have to see what my energy levels are after I eat some food. But for now, thank y'all very much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed it. And woo to the 19th Amendment. It's a very important amendment. For everybody who keeps saying dumb stuff, sorry, let me be more specific. For everybody who keeps saying dumb shit, like let's get rid of the 19th Amendment, stop it. Stop it. You need a people to vote. You need an entire body of people. It's super dumb to say that you want the 19th Amendment gone. That is the dumbest thing. It helps nobody. You have worse outcomes. Please, society, do better. Gah, it's so frustrating. Anyway. Thank you all very much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed it. And as always, I'll see you all whenever.